Babalu, we are back. We Bean Mafia. We are back with another special, very special episode of Spoil the Beans with one of our fucking very, very, very special guests, one of our very special best friends, and one of the most special Jewish people in the world, Jeffrey Berner. What's up, buddy?
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, I give good intros.
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
I like the Garth Brooks shirt, dog. I like that you're repping the G today.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you like his music?
There's one song of his, not a lot of people know it, I'm into. It's called Friends in Low Places.
How's it go?
Oh, friends in low places. Friends in low places.
Sounds like a banger.
Yeah.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
I got to listen to it. Well, it's good to have you back, buddy.
Yeah.
It's good to be back. Bean Mafia, your boy. It's been a fucking crazy week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Our friend Brian Simpson's here. He literally is right behind the camera eating food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at him. Come say what's up. Look at B Sim.
Yeah, you gotta get
There he is.
more.
There's Brian. He's here.
The food.
He also hasn't seen the movie today, so that's why he's fucking just gonna watch. He's gonna be an audience member for us. My boy Bern is here. God, dude, I'm really excited for today's episode.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for today's episode.
I'm glad to hear it.
I'm gonna blow your socks off, I think, with this one.
Well, I'm not wearing socks, but that's...
Damn, this nigga's not wearing socks. If you were a son, they'd go crazy. They love his feet.
Huh.
Yep.
Okay.
Bean Mafia's an interesting bunch. But I'm very excited to tell my nigga this movie today.
Mm-hmm.
I've prepped this one. I've waited to tell you this one.
Okay.
I'm really excited to tell you this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, shit, bro. Jeffrey?
Uh-huh.
Can you do me a favor?
No.
What?
Fuck you.
What?
You do me a favor.
What do you mean? Wait, what is happening?
I'd like you to do me a favor.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, but then we got to get to my favor. What's your favor?
I was wondering if you could tell me what you think happens
Wait a minute.
in the, I want to say 2007. It's post 9/11.
I was 17.
Post 9/11. British action comedy Hot Fuzz.
Yo, what the fuck? Yo, Jeffrey, I've never seen Hot Fuzz.
Perfect.
Wait, what? Is this a reverse episode?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Guys, that's great. Well, this is going to be a long episode. I have a whole movie to tell you.
Well, we'll see if we have time for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. What do I think happens at Hot Fuzz?
Uh-huh.
Bro, this is what's so stupid but crazy about this movie. This is a very big movie. It's not. I know a lot of people are like, bro, because I love comedies, obviously, nigga. And this was such a big comedy. I don't like British people. If I'm being real,
well, this isn't going to be your movie then.
I know. No. Hold on. I changed. This is me back then. This is 17-year-old Deric.
Okay.
I was really racist against British people. I was still holding the Revolutionary War close to my heart.
Sure.
I took that shit very personal, and I never let it go. So I've just, I never really fuck with British comedy like that. And then I got older.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I got wiser. I've had tea. You know what I'm saying, my nigga? And I appreciate British comedy much more now. It is very funny. It's different. It's a different pace.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a different pace, and I like it now. But I never watched it as a kid, and that's why. Because it was always on. It was always on Comedy Central, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, have you seen Hot Fuzz? Do you remember Hot Fuzz?
I know it's a cop thing.
No, it's a cop thing. It's and I know it's them niggas that are really good. The Simon Pegg dude and the other dude, the fat dude that he be with, the Jack Black looking nigga.
Yeah. Fat, not Simon Pegg.
Fat, not Simon Pegg, not
Yeah.
Jack Black. He's great. I like both of them. They're both fantastic in everything they do. Damn. Okay. What do I think happens at Hot Fuzz? Shit, bro. I was not ready for that. I just knew you were gonna do something serious. I just knew you were gonna say, Deric, what happens in Hot Pedophile Cop? And it's like, dude, I mean,
Oh,
Jesus.
so you have seen it.
Wait, what? Okay, no. Hot Fuzz. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say the two British. Okay, Simon Pegg is the lead. He's a cop. He's a British cop. They don't have guns, so we see British people Like these British cop, we see him and another Brit. No, he's a British cop, and the fat dude is like a gang member, a part of this gang, British gang. But the British gang really don't do nothing bad. They like help ladies across the street and shit. And like they do like really nice things. They like give back to the community a lot. But you know, the police in Britain ain't no. That's the only crime that's happening. The only crime in this movie is people doing good stuff because that's how nice like in my head the joke is like, yo, this is how nice British Britland is. What's the England? That's I'm like, what the fuck is the country name?
Great Britain.
Do you see my kind of movie?
Yeah.
So it's England is so nice that this gang that goes around helping people, it's bad. That's how, because it's literally the work. It's like everybody else is out like even more nice than that.
Okay.
So
it's not your job, to help little ladies across the street,
Yo, Brian.
I don't know if the microphones
the microphones won't pick up. Brian said, "It's not your job." This is my impersonation of Brian. It's not your job, to help those ladies across the street.
I may run out of British accents and turn to you for some.
Oh, please turn.
There's so many fucking British accents.
Different ones.
Yeah, they all have different voices. Each character.
My favorite one is that one, the Idris Elba, like the nigga that grew up in the hood.
Yeah.
He learned a couple big words.
Brian said his favorite is the Idris. You got to stop doing this. They can't.
Yeah,
if you're
you
gonna
need
say
a
something, you got to
microphone
come
to
up
talk,
and say something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the podcast can just be us listening. People like listening to listening.
Oh, that is a pretty meta episode.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. So in my movie, that's what happens,
Yeah.
and they go through shenanigans, right, back and forth, and then they find out, like in their shenanigans, they find like an actual like pedophile ring, murderous, like some real gang shit, and they have to come together and beat that together.
Okay.
That's my Hot Fuzz. How accurate was I?
Fuck. I'm going to say you are between 35 and 45% kind of right.
No fucking way.
It's going to happen in a way you don't expect, but yeah.
I'm like, that's like almost half.
Maybe we shouldn't do this one.
No. I like my movie though. I'm not mad at the movie I just came up with.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I go with the numbers I stated.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little mad, but it'll be okay. We'll still do it's still happening.
Okay, bro, I'm excited because there's no way I was all the way, because there's got to be 60% that's still where I'm going to be like,
there will
wait,
be some
what?
things you'll get caught by some things, but yeah, it's an Edgar Wright classic. It's the guy who did Shaun of the Dead and Baby Driver and Scott Pilgrim. So it makes really pretty movies. You know, they all flow really, really nice.
Fuck yeah.
Very music video-y kind of in their editing. Okay. Do I start or do you have to make money? You have to make money, huh?
Hey, before you tell me this movie, I guess this would be like the ad this is like a trailer for your movie where I pay the bills.
Okay, got it.
These are like your trailers.
Got it. Okay.
You ready?
Do it.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Do you like Instagram? Do you like black people? Do you like NFL players?
Yeah.
You like all those things?
Yeah. But I have to look separate places for all of them every time.
You do?
Yeah.
Jeffrey, what if I told you I have a one-stop shop for all those things?
I fucking want to live.
You want to live for it? Yeah. Well, brother, I'm going to help you live. You pull out your phone, everybody listening. You go to Instagram, you hit the search bar, and you type in Darren Bates. Brian Simpson's doing it right now. DARENBATES, Darren Bates. At Westlandson _56, that is his name. Beautiful picture of his mother will pop up. You're going to be like, is this the NFL black guy they're talking about? That's him. It's a picture of his mom, all right? He's a fucking great guy. If you like black people and you like NFL players, I'm telling you, he is a one-stop shop.
Cool.
Awesome. Jeffrey, you like podcasts?
Yes.
You're on one right now.
I guess so, yeah. I guess by default.
Yeah. Dude, well, I have a podcast for you. Stop doing this podcast.
Okay.
And go listen to The Raw Room. Guys, The Raw Room comes out once a week on however you're listening to this. You can catch it there. It's my boy Darren Bates' podcast. He's had everyone on it. He's had Malcolm Butler. He's had Will Compton. He's had Andre Reed. He's had Jason Weaver, the guy who sang all the original songs in the original Lion King. He's had I've been on it a couple times. If you like me, go watch my episodes. He's had great players on. It's a great podcast. If you want to see an active NFL player talking that real shit, go to the Raw Room podcast, available on all platforms. Darren Bates, go show him some love. He's the president of this podcast. He pays all the bills. He's the reason Jeffrey can do his movie today. You like Jeffrey's movie today? Do you want it? Somebody had to pay for it. This guy did. All right? So go show him some love. Jeffrey, you also owe him. You owe him something.
I already follow him. What else do I?
I'll tell you later. You're not gonna like it,
Jersey.
guys.
Okay.
Also, do you like weed? I'm high. I got really stoned today because I thought I was gonna tell Jeffrey a movie. Turns out I'm watching a movie. Even fucking better. A lot less work on my end. A lot less. But guys, if you want to be high like me, then stop what you're doing right now and smoke some Happy Canary weed. That's the weed I smoke. Happy Canary on all social media platforms. Happy Canary. It's the best weed you can get in Maine and also the best weed you can get anywhere. All right? It's the only weed I smoke. Look at Jeffrey. He's sober,
Hey.
but he gets it.
Yeah.
If you were high, would you be smoking Happy Canary weed?
I would be, but instead I just have God.
And if God were here right now, he would tell you to smoke some Happy Canary weed. Happy Canary. God's #1 weed stop. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Bills are paid.
Okay, good.
You ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Bean Mafia.
Okay, here is
Put on your seatbelts.
Hot Fuzz. Here we go.
That's fucking hilarious, Berner.
Okay. So, we see a letter R, restricted. Under 17,
Jeffrey Berner.
requires accompanying parent or adult guardian.
Okay, well, you're here, so I can watch
That
this.
one's for orphans, so orphans are allowed in if
that's
they
nice.
have a guardian.
Well, you would technically mean by adult guardian for this movie.
Okay. Are you under 17?
Well, it's kind of inappropriate for you to ask me my age, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. Okay.
You don't ask a black man his age. I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm very excited.
Okay, yeah. Okay. We see the edge of the earth, okay?
Okay.
Light is starting to glow around its edges. We pull back. We see the entire planet floating in space.
Okay.
Universal.
Jeffrey, will you stop? That's not fair. I feel like, oh, God, you're tricking me. I genuinely thought I was watching the movie.
No, this is that's who paid the bills.
You got me with that. I genuinely thought that's how it started.
Okay. We hear whistles and sirens. Rogue Pictures.
I do know all these companies, so I
Yeah.
actually can see it.
Working title.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's another, yeah. Okay, cut. It's silent, okay? Totally, quiet. Perfect. So, automatic glass doors slide open. We're in an empty cop station behind, like, a desk, okay?
Okay.
This shadow starts walking towards us. It's fast, okay? It's getting closer and closer. We see it's the shadow of a cop, okay?
Okay.
Stops right in front of us, takes off his hat. Simon Pegg, he's got a serious face. He's, okay? Flashes his badge, exact same face.
Okay.
Okay. Police Constable Nicholas Angel, born and schooled in London. Graduated Canterbury University in 1993, double first in politics and sociology. It's just a quick montage. This guy is like the cop, okay? Attended Hendon College of Police Training. Displayed great aptitude in field exercises, notably earned in pacification and riot control. Academically excelled in theoretical coursework and final year examinations. Received the Baton of Honor, graduated with distinction into the Metropolitan Police Service. Quickly established an effectiveness and popularity with the community. Proceeded to improve skill base with courses in advanced driving, and his car, and it's like speeds to a stop, and he like serious face again, and advanced cycling, and then he speeds to a stop on a bicycle on the same exact. In 2001, began active duty with renowned SO-19 Armed Response Unit. That's him, like, on a SWAT team, you know?
Okay.
In the last 12 months, has received 9 special commendations, achieved the highest arrest record for any officer in the Met, and sustained 3 injuries in the line of duty. Most recently in December, when wounded by a man dressed as Father Christmas. And then it shows, like, a video of, like, a homeless Santa stabbing him through the hand. Okay.
Like, you see the blood?
Oh, yeah, no, it's pretty nasty. Yeah, it's a pretty bloody movie. Or bloody. Blood. We'll see how I do with these accents, Jeffrey. All right, so we cut to, he's in the sergeant's office, all right? The sergeant goes, hello, Nicholas. How's the hand? Still a bit stiff. Yeah, surprised you weren't snatched up for a nice desk job. Well, I like to think my office is the street, sir. And he's looking over his papers. The sergeant goes, indeed you do. That's why your arrest record is 400% higher than any other officer. We've decided your skills would be to better use if we made you sergeant. And then Nicholas, he takes it. Angel, he goes, I see. And then the sergeant goes, in Sanford, Gloucestershire. I beg your pardon, sir? In Sanford, Gloucestershire. And Nicholas, he's puzzled. He goes, that's in the country. He goes, yes, lovely. Isn't there a sergeant's position here in London? No. Can I remain here as a PC? No. Do I have any choice in this whatsoever? No!
Yo, what the fuck?
Besides, you said you'd love to settle down in the country. Well, yeah, in 20 years or so. I don't remember saying that. And then the sergeant, he says, yes, you did. And he looks down at the file. He goes, you said I'd love to settle down in the countryside sometime, Janine. And then Peggy's like, I'd like to talk to the inspector. He'll say the same thing I did. I'd like to talk to him anyway. So we cut to the inspector goes into the office, sitting next to the sergeant, and it's Steve Coogan. You know Steve Coogan? He's the British bad guy in Other Guys. He's the British. He's
Yes.
the Greek Roman guy in Night at the Museum. He's the British guy in a lot of
Yes,
stuff.
I've seen him. He's good.
He's the British Roman guy. Yeah. Well, everyone in this is a British person in something.
I believe that. I mean, yeah. But I know who that dude, the Steve Coogan dude, is.
Yeah, he's hella British. Okay. And so they're all sitting there, and the inspector goes, hello, Nicholas. How's the hand? Still a bit stiff, thanks. How's Janine? Oh, we're no longer together, sir. All right, Nicholas. Well, I've decided we'll do... that's not what he says. Let's start the movie over.
No.
R.
No, because I'm already in it.
R. Well, we're offering you a smashing position with a delightful cottage in a little lovely place that I think has won Village of the Year I don't know how many times. It'll be good for you. He goes, I don't really know what to say. Yes? Sergeant joins him. Yes, thank you. And they both sort of sit with the same smile. Peg goes, no, sorry, I'm going to have to... You want me to take this higher? The inspector cuts him off. Yes. You want me to bother the chief inspector with this? Yes. You want me to call all the way upstairs and have the chief inspector come down here? Yes. Okay. Kenneth? And then the chief inspector just walks in, and he's an old guy. And he goes, hello, Nicholas. How's the hand? Still a bit stiff, thanks. Well, great. We appreciate your efforts here, but you're making us look bad, frankly. If you want to continue working here, you'll keep being exceptional, and we can't have that. You'll put us out of a job. And, Nicholas, he's arguing with him for a while, and he finally goes, you know what? You're not taking one thing into account. What the team's going to make of this. And he walks into the office, and they already have a banner out for him that says, congratulations, Nicholas. Good luck.
Yo.
So.
That's crazy, bro, just because he's that dude?
Yeah. So there is some crime in this.
Yo, this is interesting as fuck, though. I did not know this is what this is about.
Yeah. It's a fish out of water story.
Damn, that's crazy. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that's because it is that a fish out of water.
There's some fish in water. Okay, so then there's a camera flash. It's beautiful. The editing's really nice. There's no way for me to really explain, but it's very pretty. Edgar Wright, he does a good job with that. So there's a camera flash, and we're in like a crime scene.
He's a good
and
writer.
there's like a bunch of people like looking at just like checking for evidence, and they're all in like these full body crime scene suits, like almost like you'd paint a house with. Mm-hmm. So you can't see anyone's faces except for just like the glasses they're wearing. You can only see their eyes. And and when one of their phones rings and this woman answers, hello? And it's him on the other end. Janine, it's me. I know, I'm at work. I know, I'm outside. And then we pan and it's him at the window and he waves, he's on his phone. What's the situation? She goes, you know the situation. We've been over this. No, I meant here. 2 people involved, distinct sign of a struggle, complete mess. You are talking about here. I'm not. Their relationship was bad.
Yeah, I can tell. I can feel it.
Yeah. What do you want? I have something important to tell you, and I didn't want to do it over the phone. All right? And then he hangs up the phone, and he walks into the crime scene, which I guess you can just do there. I don't know. And he goes, Janine, I've been transferred. I'm moving away for a while. And then the person in the suit goes, I'm not Janine. Because they're all they're all dressed the same.
Yeah.
And then he turns and repeats it to...
Very British.
Yeah, no, it's hella British.
But I do...
Yeah.
I like it, fool. I like British. British, man, it's weird. It's just a different pace.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like the pace, once you get the pace, it is funny.
Yeah. So he turns to another person in the suit and goes, Janine, I've been transferred. I'm moving away for a while. I know, Bob told me. Hello there. That's Bob walking by. Well, I wanted to tell you in person, and it wasn't that long ago we were talking about getting married after all. Yes, but you were married to the Force. We're calling it the service now. Official vocab guidelines state that the Force is too aggressive.
Yo.
Yeah, he's a good cop.
He's a good-ass cop, fool. People don't like a good cop, though.
Yeah, including Janine.
Yeah.
Who says, this is your problem, Nicholas. All you care about is your job. That and your rubber plant. It's a Japanese peace lily, actually. See, Nicholas, this is your problem. You can't switch off. And until you find someone you care about more than your job, you never will. After all, you're the one who suggested we take a break. And there is something I should tell you. You're seeing someone else, aren't you? Yes, how'd you know? Is it Bob? And then, okay, and then Bob turns around, but they're all dressed the same. This is very important for the bit. Does Bob look like the kind of person I'd go out with? It's Dave. And then another guy goes, hello there. No, wait, he does it cool arms. He goes, hello there. It's the same thing. Right. Okay. So then we have shots of him packing up. He's packing all his stuff. He's packing up the peace lily.
What's it look like?
He's just he's like staying in like
No,
cop
the
housing.
peace lily.
Oh, the peace lily? Oh, good question. It's like just a very normal houseplant, to be honest. Just stem to things.
That's so
it's in a
basic.
pot. Yeah, it's in a pot. It's exactly what you picture when you hear potted plant.
Okay. It's not even real. It's rubber, right?
I think it's real.
Okay.
No, it's for sure real. Yeah. Oh, it is. It's trust me. Okay, so then we hear a voicemail. Okay. Hello, Nicholas. This is Frank Butterman here, your new inspector, calling about accommodations. We've got a lovely little cottage set up for you on Cherry Hill. Okay. So then he's packing some more. He's taking trains. It's taken him a long time to get there. He's different trains back and forth, sleeping awake. You've seen things.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Harry Potter.
Same thing.
Takes
same
a while
thing.
to get to Hogwarts. You don't just get there.
Yeah. And then voicemail again. Hey, Frank again. One thing about the cottage. It's not ready. Okay, some more trains. We see him on a taxi with the lily still. He's holding the lily the whole time. Okay, so then we see shots of them driving into the town. It's raining. Sign says, welcome to Sanford. We hear storm sounds. See a sign for a model village. Thunder, we see an old church tower. And then he enters the Swan Hotel, okay?
Okay.
It's very sleepy, literally. There's an old man sleeping in a chair there. It's like what you picture for old British hotel,
And it's a little ass town, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And was he coming from a big city?
Yes, London.
Oh, he was in
the city.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why he really didn't want to transfer. I totally get that.
Yeah, I think that's England's city.
Yeah, that's there in New York, right?
I don't know if they have other cities. Can you name another city in England?
Hell no. Where's France? Brian said Edinburgh.
Brian says Edinburgh and Glasgow, which I think are both Scotland. Yeah, those are Scotland. Yeah.
Now Sam and Brian are arguing, and now they're fighting. Stop fighting!
Fight!
No,
Fight!
No, fight.
Oh yeah, Manchester. Yeah. Yeah, Manchester is in England, but
Yeah, it is.
nah.
That's their Detroit. Right?
No, that's their Alabama.
Brian said that's their Alabama.
Yeah, Brian said that's their Alabama.
If Brian keeps saying jokes. He keeps saying jokes. And they're great, but it's like, well, now we have to repeat them, and it's hard to do his timing.
And now he's starting to tell a movie.
No, don't.
Brian,
Wait.
stop.
Jeffrey, you were in the middle of yours.
Street Kings.
Ooh, actually, I haven't seen that.
Oh, really?
No.
I gotta write that down. It's a good movie.
No, tell me this.
Oh, okay. So he walks into the hotel, and this old lady behind the desk, old receptionist lady. A lot of people in this town are old people. He goes, "Hello, I'd like to check in." "Check in? But you've always been here." "Excuse me?" "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were my husband. You must be Sergeant Angel. I'm Joyce Cooper."
What the fuck? That's terrifying.
Yeah, no, the whole movie there's some creepy stuff. "I trust you had a pleasant trip, fascist." "I beg your pardon?" And then she looks down at her crossword. "System of government characterized by extreme dictatorship. 7 across. Fascism." And then she says, "We'll be putting you in the castle suite. Bernard there will escort you over." And that's the sleeping man. He goes, "I think I'll make my own way. Hag." "I beg your pardon?" "Evil old woman considered frightful or ugly. It's 12 down." "Oh, bless you."
Yo,
Right, so
what? That's just
hella
so
British. It's
comedy.
so British.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the jokes. Oh my
It's
god.
hella British. Okay, so he enters the hotel room with the peace lily. He hangs up his coat and sits down and looks off into space for like 5 seconds. He takes his coat off and enters the city street. The next shot is him just walking into the street, looking around like a cop immediately.
He's a cop. He's a good
Yeah.
400%, bro. When you said that, I can't remember that number. 400%
no,
is
same.
way better
Same.
than everybody.
That's a lot.
That's like insane, fool.
So he walks past some kids sitting on a fountain in the street in hoods, and they avoid looking at him. And then he goes into the pub, and then they turn it, look at him again. Pretty cool. Okay, so he enters a pub, and finally we see the fat, not Simon Pegg
Okay.
guy.
Yeah, the fat dude, Jack Black. Not Jack Black.
Not Jack Black, not Simon Pegg, but fat.
But fat. Yeah, he is the dad in Fighting with My Family, which was great, by the way. And I think Stephen Coogan is the one who directed that.
Oh, interesting. I don't know that one. Sounds.
We did it on the pod.
Okay.
Here, well, you know what? We'll play it right now so you
Okay.
can watch it and catch it. No.
Yeah, tell me what happens in that episode.
Oh, Hassan is so
yeah.
surprised.
Okay. So fat, not Simon Pegg. Pint of lager, please, Mary. Right you are, my love. Okay. Pegg goes up to the bartender. Could I have a glass of cranberry juice, please?
What are you peeing or something?
Yeah, that's what I thought of as well. But no one comments on the period.
Then beats the shit out of
Yeah,
somebody.
because they're not Irish Americans.
And then Frank walks up and he's like, hey, so there's people you can hit and people you can't hit. He's not necessarily a person you can't hit. And I'm going to make a fucking ruling on it right now. You don't fucking hit him. I'm sorry, wrong movie.
Yeah, no, it sounds good, though. It
Oh,
sounds really good.
I can go all the way on that
Sounds
one.
like a thrill ride.
No, that one is the ending. I won't spoil it. Oh wait.
Oh, yeah. Okay, bartender, he's like, you wouldn't by any chance be that new policeman, would you? Police officer. I'm Roy Porter. This is my wife, Mary. He points at the lady who's
He's
also
a
a
cop?
bartender.
Is he dressed like a cop?
No, this is the other bartender.
Okay.
Angel, Nicholas
Yeah.
Angel. No, Simon. No, he's just a guy drinking.
At the bar.
Yeah, and we've just always seen is him order the beer, and now Simon Pegg is talking to the bartender.
Okay.
Who's separate guy, not fat, not
Nah.
Simon Pegg.
Okay, word.
He is fat though.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's nice.
it's comedy.
It is funny. British, fat British.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, then wife Mary is also a bartender. She goes, Mary, welcome to Sanford. If there's anything you need, just let us know. All right. Would I be able to borrow your paper? Oh, it's not ours, love. And then, and again, it looked weird at him. And the Roy, he goes, yeah, not a big fan of the local fish wrapper, are we, Mayor? They listed her age as 55. When actually I'm 53. 53. She's 53. Okay, fat, not Simon Pegg. He burps and his glass is empty already. He goes, pint of lager, please, Mary. Right you are, my love. British people like when things repeat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of,
That shit is funny, though, with the hand.
Oh, no, it creates a rhythm. Okay, so Peg, he's reading the paper with his cranberry juice, and he starts looking around the bar, and he notices there's like a bunch of teenagers drinking. Okay.
Okay.
And he's starting to get mad. His cop is coming out more and more. He's getting more and more serious, and like he gets blinded by the light of one of their braces, and he turns and he sees a sign that
Do they
says,
look like young as shit? Like obviously not 21.
They're for sure. Well, in this case, actually, it's England, so it's 18, but they're not 18.
But they're not 18.
They're
Well, braces.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big sign.
Yeah. Although adults can have braces.
Yeah, but those are bad adults.
Yeah, that's true.
I never take those adults serious. It's hard to.
Yeah.
It's just hard.
So cut to he's just throwing all these teenagers out of the bar. He's going up to them all, going, "How old are you? When's your birthday?" You know, and he's just kicking them all out. And then we cut to it's just him and Fat Not Simon Pegg, and the bartender angry at him
Because she lost all his customers.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, I skipped a part actually. But he goes, "Is there a problem, officer?" He goes, "Yes, there is, Mr. Porter. It would appear a number of your patrons are underage. Well, a few of them may be a month or two south of proper, but if they're in here, it stops them from getting in trouble out there. The way we see it, it's all for the greater good." And then Mary repeats, "The greater good." "Well, that's as may be, but the law's the law, and they'll have to go." And then they all. All right. Okay. Cut forward again. So we Tarantino'd it a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. By like 30 seconds. So, cut to Sergeant Nicholas Angel. He's leaving the bar. Fat Not Simon Pegg is stumbling out behind him. He's shit-faced. Angel, he throws a coin into the fountain that the kids were on. They're gone now. And he looks at a plaque on the fountain that's listing a bunch of names for the fountain's restoration. And then he turns and sees Fat Not Simon Pegg trying to get in his car.
Okay.
He goes, "Excuse me, hope you're not planning on driving that." Fat Not Simon Pegg looks at him for a while and goes, "No." Okay, then Pegg goes back to the fountain plaque, and he's looking at it, and looks down and sees some graffiti on the fountain. And he turns around, and he sees Not Simon Pegg's car backing up right towards him, and he jumps out of the way right.
Yeah.
Last second, car hits the fountain. He pulls Fat Not Simon Pegg out, and he goes, "That's it. I'm taking you to the station. Where is it?" So we cut to...
Wait, he has to ask him where it is?
Yeah, he hasn't worked yet. He just got to town.
Yo, this motherfucker's doing too much, dog.
So he's leading Fat Not Simon Pegg down the street. They walk into the drunk teenagers. One of them's pissing. So cut to he walks into the police station. He's got Fat Not Simon Pegg and like all the teenagers there with him.
Yeah.
And he holds his badge up to the cop behind the glass, at the front. And the cop behind the glass is like, "Sergeant Nicholas Angel. Oh, when did you start?" "Tomorrow."
Yo, that's hard. I like that. I like this guy.
Yeah, no, he's
growing on me.
Yeah, no, he's cool. Well, I see you have already arrested the whole village. And he says to the Fat Not Simon Pegg, "You in for the night? Go on in, force free. You really want to process all this lot?" He's pointing at the teenagers. "My pen's running out." And then Pegg holds up 2 pens. He's like, "Not a problem." And he clicks them.
Oh my God, this dude, bro. This dude is too much, fool. I would hate this guy in real life.
Yeah, I know, for sure. And then we have like a bunch of, like a montage of him like filling out paperwork and taking fingerprints and doing mug shots for everybody.
He hasn't even started work yet.
No. And then, so then we cut to Nicholas in the bed. He's got like one of those hand squeezy things. He's just looking up at the ceiling. It's night. And then cut to it's morning. The bed's empty. And we see him. He's taking a run like around the town. And he's still so serious. He enjoys nothing.
This dude is like the Pink Panther, but if he was great, like if he wasn't an idiot all the time,
Some other color.
Yeah, if he was the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they did that. I gotta watch that movie. Is that what that's about? The Black Panther? A goofy black cop?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. If only someone would spoil it for me.
Well, that'd be stupid.
All right, let's start. Okay, so he's running down Main Street,
Uh-huh.
and all the old people in the town they already know him. They're already going, "Morning, Sergeant. Morning, Sergeant. Morning." They all already like know him. Old lady on a bike. "Morning, Sergeant." Yeah. And two ugly tow truck drivers who are like brothers both nod at him. Everyone seems to know him already.
Well, he did make a statement on day one.
This is true. And small town.
Oh, man. I mean, he really made a statement. He arrested a lot of people.
Yeah.
He had pins, 2 pins.
He did just have 2 pounds.
Jesus.
Okay, and then so he's running, and this guy with like an evil mustache and a Fun Run shirt on starts jogging alongside him. He goes, "Lock me up." "What?" "I'm a slasher. I must be stopped." "You're a what?" "I'm a slasher. Of prices." "Just kidding. I'm Simon Skinner. I'm the local supermarché. Drop in and see me sometime. My discounts are criminal. Catch me later." And
Wait,
he runs off.
hold on. Time out, Burner.
This guy's like the best part of the movie. That guy.
Wait, what the fuck is a supermarché?
He owns the supermarket.
Nigga.
Yeah, we see that later as well, but yeah.
Bruh. That's so funny. For this man said, my prices are criminal. Ooh, yeah, I get it though.
And then he runs past the innkeeper lady from earlier, and she goes, "Morning, Sergeant." So, repeating things. You
Yeah.
get it. Okay, so Angel enters the station and sees a guy behind the glass again. He goes, "Morning, Sergeant. Could you tell me if the inspector I've arrived, please?" "No." "Why? He's not in yet." "Well, how's our guest?" "Guest? The inebriate in cell 4. And Simon Pegg goes to cell 4, and he looks around. Remember, that's where Fat Not Simon Pegg is. And it's empty. And he says, "Can I get cell 4 open, please?" And we hear off screen, "Danny, can you open 4? And the door opens, and Simon Pegg looks around. He goes, "He's gone." And then we hear from behind him, "Oh my God, who's gone?" And Fat Not Simon Pegg pops out from behind him, dressed as a cop.
I knew he was
Yeah,
a cop.
yeah,
I knew
yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
funny as hell.
Yeah. And he goes, "Why are you dressed like a police officer?" He goes, "Because I am one." And then an old cop with glasses enters. And he goes, "Ah, Sergeant Angel at last. Frank Butterman, I see you've already met my boy." And then he pats Fat Not Simon Pegg, Danny, that's his son, on the back.
Butterman?
Danny Butterman,
Yo,
Frank Butterman.
There's no way. Let me stop. I'm sorry. Can I stop you for
Yeah.
a second? There's no way Simon Pegg doesn't hate this nigga because he's a real cop, and there's nothing a real cop would hate more than a cop who's just a cop because his dad is like the cop.
You may be seeing something. You may be seeing into the future a little.
Because I'm thinking if I'm that kind of
there's a little
personality,
tension.
if I'm that personality,
Yeah, yeah.
fool, it's like what would the only thing that would actually make me mad? It's
Yeah.
like someone giving something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's because this guy works too hard.
Yeah. And you're correct. His dad is the boss.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good writing. I like that though. That's smart.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like, what would piss that guy off? And right when he said it, like that's what would piss him off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this is beautifully written. It's all super tight, like my pussy. Okay, so we're in Inspector Butterman's office, and Butterman's talking to him. "That's a fair few outlaws you rounded up last night." "Thank you, sir. Well, I admire your enthusiasm, and far be it from me to stifle your flair, but this isn't London." And then he takes a piece of chocolate cake from Danny. He goes, "Oh, yes, please, Danny." And he starts eating. And then as Pegg's talking, Danny starts putting a piece of chocolate cake closer and closer to Simon Pegg's face. And he goes, "Well, with respect, sir, geographical location shouldn't factor into the application of the law." And he finally notices the cake, and he goes, "No thanks." Yeah, no, he doesn't seem like a cake eater. And Butterman, Inspector, cuts in again. "Statistically, Sanford is the safest village in the country, but that doesn't mean it requires anything less than a considerate approach. There's a reason we accommodate a few of the younglings at the pub." And Peg goes, "The greater good?" And he goes, "Yes, the greater good, precisely. Your predecessor assumed that rural policing was easy, ended up having a nervous breakdown. And Sergeant Popwell was an exceptional officer, truly exceptional. And he had one thing you haven't got." "What's that, sir?" "A great big bushy beard." Come on, let's have a mosey around.
Yo, I love this dude, bro. This Butterman dude.
Yeah, he's pretty chipper. So then he's showing him around. He opens the door to the locker room, opens the door to the riot room, and the riot room's just full of webs and untouched, and there's like a porcupine living in it.
Damn.
And evidence room, and he opens up the evidence room, and it's empty. Now, how about a trip to the Andes? And then they enter this office, and Detective Sergeant Wainwright, Detective Constable Cartwright, and he points at these two detectives with mustaches who are just looking blank-faced at him. They're both ignoring a ringing phone. One of them's eating cake. The other one's smoking a cigarette. They're very not doing a job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get up. Oh, he says it. He comments on it. And as they're leaving, he goes, I suppose you're wondering why we call them the Andes.
I like this guy so much.
They're both named Andrew. They said you were good.
This nigga's stupid, bro.
And then Danny goes, also because talking to them's an uphill struggle, isn't it, Dad? And then a wastebasket flies out and hits Danny in the head. And he goes, oh, fuck off. And then the inspector goes, thank you, Danny. And we cut to a swear box. And he goes, the swear box. And he pats it. And he goes, all proceeds go to restoring the church roof. And then the box has, swears written on it, knob, bastard, shit, fuck, and cunt. And I really like this detail. They all have something censored in the middle, like a hashtag symbol or like an asterisk or something. Except for cunt. Cunt's just written out. I like that. Okay, then they're standing in the middle of these desks where there's 3 cops eating cake doing nothing. And the inspector goes, and this is where it all happens. And he points at the first cop, who's this middle-aged guy with glasses and a comb-over. He goes, this is Sergeant Tony Fisher. And he looks up dumb. Points at the second cop, who's like an old guy with a German Shepherd. PC Bob Walker. And the old guy goes, Pee-wee Showtime. And he points to the dog, and that is Saxon. Oof.
Yo. Why is everyone the most British name ever?
Yeah, no,
the
it's hella
dog's
British.
named Saxon.
This is like maybe the most British movie to be on this. I don't know if you've had a Britisher movie. Have you?
No, I'd have to think about it because this is British. Let me get a kiss. I love you. Yeah, I want a kiss. Samantha's leaving. She's going to work at Creek in the Cave.
I don't know if we're allowed to have love on this episode. Okay, too late.
Bye, beautiful. Have a good day, or I'll see you later.
Love.
You want me to kiss you too?
No, I hate love.
Okay, no.
Bye, baby.
All right, bye. I love you.
So long.
All right. She's gone.
Wait, no.
Okay, after the movie.
Yeah. Okay. Points at a lady cop, and he goes, and this is one Doris Thatcher. And Danny whispers to him, that's our only policewoman. She's not a policewoman. Yes, she is. I've seen her bra.
Yo. It's
Yeah,
so silly.
Danny's really dumb.
He's dumb, but
He's
it makes me laugh.
Yeah. He's dumb. I think it's because he's fat.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He looks stupid.
He goes, she's a police officer. Being a woman has nothing to do with it. And she cuts in and she goes, I don't know, comes in handy every so often. I could have given you the tour. And she gets close. I've been around the station a few times. And Peggy gets nervous and he goes, and what's upstairs? And then we cut to a door that says NWA. Not the American NWA.
Okay, I got excited.
No, that would be a twist for sure.
Yeah. I'd be like, yo, this movie's really awesome.
Yeah. And they open the door, and there's an old man with a brown coat and a bow tie holding like a walkie-talkie. And he says, well, I see we have visitors. And the inspector introduces him. Nicholas, this is Tom Weezer, civilian liaison with the Neighborhood Watch Alliance. You'll find that and then the liaison goes, you'll find we run a very tight ship around here. And we cut to this like high-tech security camera room with like all these shots from like around the village from cameras. And the liaison, he's like, from this command center, I can see what the whole village is up to. I must say, I was admiring your handiwork last night. It's a pity you didn't do the same to those bloody hoodies. And he's talking about, and he points to a picture like of a screenshot from the camera of like the kids in the hoods, and he goes, hanging around, loitering, sitting. And Peg goes, actually, I did notice some graffiti on the fountain. Graffiti? They've got to be dealt with, Frank. They're nippers, Tom. They'll come around. And then the liaison's like, which reminds me, our friend the living statue was here Saturday. And he starts showing them these pictures of those people that like paint themselves like silver.
Yeah.
So it's a guy like that painted gold in a gold suit with a top hat. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what those
Yeah,
guys
and the
is.
tuxedos, and it's just him still in front of the fountain, just going that same pose. And he's showing him all these pictures. Goes 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. If we don't come down hard on these clowns, we're going to be up to our balls and jugglers, Frank. We'll get right onto it, Tom. And then they're leaving the office, and the inspector says to Peg, "We like to let them think they run the place." And then later they're back at the desks where the people were eating the cake, and now everyone's eating cake, every cop except for Peg. And the inspector goes, "Well, that's that, unless there's something you're unclear about." "Yes, sir. Why is everybody eating chocolate cake?" "The Black Forest Gâteau is on Danny as punishment for his little indiscretion." Sir, I don't think driving under the influence can be called a little indiscretion. No, the Gâteau is for misplacing his helmet the other week. Last night's incident will require something rather more serious. Do you like ice cream?" "Sorry, sir. I don't follow. Let's just say that we won't be short of Chunky Monkey for the next month." And all the cops cheer, and Danny goes, "Dad."
Oh my God.
"Now, since it's your first day and it's 11:30, I'd say that's lunch." And we cut to the pub, and all the cops are drinking except the inspector. He's not there. And the comb-over cop goes, "So, what made you choose Sanford then, Angel?" It wasn't actually my choice." "Oh, right, wasn't your choice to come down here and tell me how to do our jobs." And then the old cop, he goes, yeah. And all the other cops go, "Yeah."
I like when a guy, you can't understand what he's saying.
Yeah. No, I like gibberish.
Yeah.
Which again, very British. This British movie is really British.
Man, they leaned in.
Yeah. Then one of the Andes drinks some beer and gets like some foam over his mustache. He goes, "I bet you can't wait to jump into Sergeant Popwell's grave." He goes, "I'm not jumping into anyone's grave. You've got a mustache." This is a really dumb joke, but yeah, the Andy, he leans forward, he goes, "I know." And then one of the Andys, he goes, "Why have you got your stab vest on?" "It's a requirement." And the comb-over cop goes, "Well, no one's going to stab you in here. No member of the public, anyway." He goes, "Have you been stabbed before, Sergeant Fisher?" "No." "Well, I have, and I assure you, it isn't the least bit amusing." And then Danny cuts in and he goes, "Have you seen a lot of action, Sergeant Angel?" "I've experienced my fair share, yes." "You smoke any fools?" "Excuse me? Have you shot anybody?" And then one of the Andes cuts in, he goes, "He shot a crackhead with a Kalashnikov." And Danny goes, "Whoa, where'd you get that?" "The offender had the Kalashnikov." "Where'd he get that?" So Danny likes that. Then one of the Andes says, "Everybody and their moms is packing around here." And Angel goes, "Like who?" "Farmers." "Who else?" "Farmers' moms."
That's funny because he said everybody and their moms.
Then Danny cuts in again and he goes, "What's it like being stabbed?" "It was the single most painful experience of my life." "Ah. What was the second most painful?" So we cut to the main street, and Danny and Angel are walking down the street on patrol, And Danny's just asking him questions. He goes, "You ever fired 2 guns whilst jumping through the air?" "No." "You ever fired 1 gun whilst jumping through the air?" "No." "You ever been in a high-speed pursuit?" "Yes." "Have you ever fired a gun whilst in a high-speed pursuit?" "No." Then they're in a convenience store, and there's a sign on it that says, "No more than 1 school child at a time." Very small town. He goes, "You seen Lethal Weapon?" "No." "You seen Die Hard, though?" "No." "Bad Boys 2? "No." "You ain't seen Bad Boys 2?
Yo, I love this Danny guy.
Yeah, no, Danny's fun.
You ain't seen Bad Boys 2? He's got a fucking good point, dude. You got to see it. It's really good.
I haven't seen it.
What? You seen Bad Boys 1?
No.
God damn it. Well, I already told us on Bad Boys 1, so it would be really funny to tell you Bad Boys 2.
I mean, based on this movie, you don't have to see the first.
What?
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 2 are separate movies. Like they don't rely on the other one.
Okay. So Angel signs out from work, gets dressed in the locker room with Danny, and then we cut to the neighborhood watch meeting, okay? And all these old people are having tea, like the ones he saw around the town earlier when he was out for his run. Yeah. Butterman's there, the lady from the hotel, and the liaison starts introducing him to everyone. He goes, "This is Amanda Pava, headmistress of Sanford Primary," and we see the lady who was on the bike earlier. Simon Skinner, I believe you've met, and the guy who was jogging walks up and he goes, "Oh, we're already firm friends."
That's the supermarket dude.
Yeah. The supermarché. Yeah. This is Leslie Tiller, whose horticultural expertise has helped put Sanford on the map, and he motions to a lady at like a flower display that's really well done, and it says, "Welcome, Sergeant." This is James Reaper, who owns Brannigan Farm. And the farmer goes, "I hear you're quite the marksman. Perhaps you might like to join us for a shoot one day." "Well, I haven't held a firearm for 2 years, Mr. Reaper, and I'd like to keep it that way." "Well, you'll be quite popular with the local birds." And then everyone just laughs hysterically. Oh, birds. Oh,
That's funny because everyone else hunts.
Yeah.
And so it's ridiculous to them that he wouldn't shoot because it's like, well, the birds are only going to be, they're going to feel safe.
Also, they laugh in unison a lot. And
I also like the
this
idea
crowd is really easy to kill with.
Yeah. I like this crowd. I hope they like my American humor.
Probably. I think it's the same, but you just don't repeat yourself as much.
Yeah, it's true.
"I'm Reverend Shooter. I was thinking you might read a homily on Sunday." "Oh, I'm not so sure that's a good idea." "You're an atheist?" "No, I'm open to the concept. I'm just not convinced." "Ah, so you're an agnostic." And then a guy from the crowd goes, "I think I have a cream for that." And then everyone just laughs hysterically again.
Oh, that one got me.
And then the liaison points to the guy who said the joke, and he goes, "Robin Hatcher, our resident sawbones." The doctor.
Oh, okay. I did not get. I thought it made Chuck like funny guy.
I mean, he's got some zingers, as you heard.
Well, they all do. This is a funny town.
Yeah, they're very zingy. And liaison goes, "Well, all that remains is to welcome you to the weekly meeting of the Neighborhood Watch Alliance." And then cut to, they're all sitting around a table in a meeting room with a projection screen. And then the lady from the hotel goes, "Quick announcement before we begin. Janet Barker has just given birth to twins." And, they go, oh, old people noises. The liaison goes, "Thanks, Joyce. Now, I'm sure all of you have noticed the return of a blight to our streets as the Village of the Year contest looms. I refer, of course..."
Village of the Year.
Yeah, it's huge. "I refer, of course, to the extremely irritating living statue." And he presses a button, and the projector shows the gold guy again at the fountain. And everyone goes, "Oh!" Everyone grumbles.
Why do they don't like him so much? I guess because he's a wizard in their eyes.
It's small town complaints. I don't know if you've ever been from a small town, but people complain about really dumb things.
Yeah, because it makes sense.
Okay, cut to Angel. He's speaking at a school. He's giving like a lecture. He's wrapping it up. He goes, "Police work is about procedural correctness in the execution of unquestionable moral authority.
Jesus.
Any questions?" And none of the kids raise their hands, and Danny's anxiously raising his, and he goes, Yes. Is it true that there's a place in a man's head that if you shoot it, it will blow up?"
Is that true?
I don't know.
Oh, he didn't answer it?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
And then, because we cut to, it's still at the school. This journalist pops up in front of Angel, goes, Hi, Tim Messenger. Can I get a quick shot for the Sanford Citizen?" And then cut to, they're trying to take the picture, and the journalist won't stop making these annoying suggestions. He's like, "Oh, put the teacher in your handcuffs." He goes, "No, I don't think so." "Let one of the kids wear your hat." "No, I don't think that'd be a good idea." Right. And he takes the picture. And then cut to the article, and it says "Top Cop Angle," tells it to the kids. So he's spelled his name wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Angel. And then the next morning at the station, all the cops are going, "Morning, Angle, morning, Angle." So they're all giving him shit already. They're giving him more shit.
Just giving him shit.
There's a lot of shit given. Yeah.
He's the new guy.
Yeah. And he's trying to, and they don't like how he's like, does his job.
I mean, nobody did. They didn't like it in London.
Yeah. Cut to Angel. He's at his desk. He answers the phone, and the guy on the other end goes, "The Swan's escaped." "The Swan?" Yes, from the castle. The castle. Right, yeah. And who might you be? Mr. Peter Ian Staker. Ah, yeah, right. P.I. Staker, right. Piss Taker, come on! And then we cut to outside the castle, and he's got his notebook out, and he goes, yes, Mr. Staker, we'll do everything we can. Can you describe it to me? And Staker goes, about 2 feet tall, long, slender neck, kind of orange and black bill. Anything else? It's a swan. Right. And then we've got some shots. Him and Danny are trying to catch the swan. Danny has his nightstick out for some reason. Like he's going to beat it or something. And he's like sitting on it. And they fail. They can't do it. And then...
You might need some tissue. Oh, no. You're good? Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm good. That was in there.
Oh, 2 sneezes.
Yeah. And then they're back at the convenience store with the no more than one school child at a time sign. And the shop lady, the old shop lady, who I think was at the neighborhood watch meeting, she goes, no luck catching them swans then. Danny goes, just the one swan, actually. And then Danny and Nicholas are sitting in the car outside the fountain, and we see the gold living statue guy outside there. And Danny's licking some ice cream. He's what you picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, want anything from the shop? And Angel goes, you've just been. Oh, I was thinking of a different shop. Constable Butterman, now is not the time for personal errands. Well, there's nothing going on. There is always something going on. You have to look closer. What about this guy? And he points at this old man in like a big coat with kind of a scowl and glasses. Mr. Treacher. Why's he got such a big coat on? It's not that cold. Maybe he's trying to hide something. Mr. Treacher. Okay, what about this guy? And he points to this guy with his cap real low and like a big baggy purple tracksuit.
Yeah.
He goes, why's he got his hat so low over his face? Because he's fuck ugly. Or maybe he doesn't want to be seen because he's fuck ugly.
I like it because he knows everybody in the town.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, what's his story? And then he points at this guy who's like a giant bald guy with just an angry look on his face, and he looks special.
Yeah.
But he's huge. Okay. And Danny goes, Lurch. Okay. Real name Michael Armstrong. Good. Trolley boy at the local supermarket. All right. Dad says he has a child's mind. Lives with his mom and his sister. Are they as big as he is? Who? The mom and the sister. The same person.
Yo.
Yeah. Very British. So cut to, they're in Summerfields. Okay. It's a grocery store. And Danny's looking at action movie Ds from the discount bin. You know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that bin before.
Yeah, super cop. The cop that can't be stopped, you know. So like and Angel looks and see the two weird looking brothers from the tow truck working at the deli counter, and they both nod at him again and then chop simultaneously into some meat. And then over the PA system, there's this lady's voice, and he goes, Sergeant Angel to the manager's office. Sergeant Angel to the manager's office. And we cut to Angel, and he's rushing through the back of the grocery store, just fast walk like we've seen. Goes into the manager's office, and we see Simon Skinner again, the guy with the evil mustache. And he's reading the paper with the blonde assistant, Tina, sitting next to him. And he puts down the paper, and he goes, Sergeant Angel, or is it Angle? And
A little razzing.
yeah. And Tina, she puts down the phone. Mr. Skinner, a baby's sicked up in aisle 6. Please excuse me. Michael, and then we see Lurch from before the giant guy look up. Yarp. That's what Lurch says. Child vomit, aisle 6. Yarp. And he walks off. And Skinner continues, I just wanted to say thank you for supporting your local store. Many have been leaving for the Megamart in Beaufort Abbey. May their heads be struck from their shoulders for such disloyalty. And Angel goes, well, of course, I'm on duty, so... And Skinner cuts him off. Of course, I simply saw you loitering in organic produce and assumed you had time on your hands. well, maybe I'm not the one you should be keeping an eye on. And he points to the security cameras behind Skinner. And Skinner looks at one of the shots and he goes, that's fridge magnate George Merchant. Made a fortune in kitchen goods. Built that monstrosity on Lawrence Avenue. Okay. And then Danny points to another one and goes, no, I meant him. And we see a shot of the guy in the purple tracksuit from before. And he's stuffing stuff into like the tracksuit.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Excuse me. And then Angel, he takes off, of course. And we cut to him. He pops up behind the purple tracksuit guy. He goes, excuse me. And the tracksuit guy turns, sees him. They have like a little, eye
contact
showdown thing. Yeah. And the track guy, he runs for it. He goes for it. And then there's an intense chase scene back and forth. They leave the supermarket. Danny sees, he tries going, they're outside running down the street. They pass the living statue guy. They pass the farmer from Neighborhood Watch who's in his truck, who's got like a little walkie-talkie radio in the truck attached to the radio. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like on a little wire. And looks like Sergeant Angel's having a little bit of trouble. And then the lady on the bike takes out her walkie-talkie and she goes, got it, and puts it back in the basket. Then the tracksuit guy, he's running through the alley. Angel's going after him. They're turning corners back and forth. We're cutting back and forth between them. Angel turns a corner and stops. And he goes, you mothers. And then we cut to a shot of some mothers with strollers, and he's lost track of the tracksuit guy because of, yeah.
Oh, my God. Fool. You mothers.
And then
Bruh.
Danny catches up to him, and Angel goes, he went that way. We'll have to cut through the gardens to make a shortcut. And Danny goes, cut through the gardens? And Angel says, what's the problem, Constable Butterman? Never taken a shortcut? And then he just does like these crazy acrobatics over the garden fences. Like he does like a normal jump, then he does like a bigger jump, then he does like a double backflip, front flip thing.
Yeah.
And then Danny tries to do the same thing, and he trips and he just falls through a fence.
I like that. That's
Fat.
good old American comedy right there.
Yeah, fat, dumb. Yeah, I think, yeah. That's probably what he's going for. Okay, Angel lands over a wall right behind the tracksuit guy who's catching his breath. Tracksuit guy sees him, takes off. Angel follows after him, but then he stops, and he sees the swan from before wandering through a field, and he has a moment of, like, which one do I go for?
Because they're both villains.
Yeah, he's like...
he's like the best cop.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. That's a straight up, like, do you save Rachel or do you save, Two-Face?
Yeah, they're both heroes. Finally, he takes after the tracksuit guy. And the tracksuit guy passes the kids with hoodies. Angel stops at the kids, and he takes one of the spray paint cans, and he says, I need to borrow this, and he throws it, and it hits the guy in the tracksuit in the back of the head, and he falls over. Okay.
Damn.
And we cut to him. He's reading his rights, the tracksuit guy's rights. Danny finally catches up. Tracksuit guy looks up at him and goes, hi, Danny. All right, Pete. And Angel looks at him and goes, you know this man. Yeah, he's Aunt Jackie's sister's brother's boy. And it didn't occur to you to mention this before. Couldn't see his face under his hat, could I?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it came back into play.
It did.
Cut to a montage, him doing the mug shots, paperwork, fingerprints. It's a recurring thing. It's one of these things that repeats.
Okay.
And the comb-over cop's talking to Angel, and he goes, impressive. Shame Skinner doesn't want to press charges. What do you mean he doesn't want to press charges? And then Skinner walks in, and he goes, well, I wouldn't want him becoming just another crime statistic. After all, I'm sure he's going to learn a very valuable lesson. And then Inspector Butterman pops out from his office, and he's eating ice cream from a bowl.
Yeah.
And he goes, everything all right? And Angel goes, actually, sir, Mr. Skinner feels it would be inappropriate to prosecute a blatant offender. And then Butterman goes, still eating the ice cream, he goes, leave this to me. I'll make sure everyone gets their just desserts.
Of course we will.
Yeah. Okay. Cut to Danny and Angel are parked in the cop car on like the edge of town, checking people's speeds, and Angel's reading them as Danny tries to talk to him.
Okay.
And Angel, he goes, 27. Have you seen Point Break? 29. No. Amazing bit in Point Break where they jump over fences. Patrick Swayze's just robbed this bank, and Keanu Reeves is chasing him through people's gardens. And he goes to shoot Swayze, but he can't because he loves him so much. And he's firing his gun up in the air like, ah! 40. Have you ever fired your gun up in the air and gone, oh?
I love this nigga.
No. If you'd paid attention to me in school, you'd understand it's not all about guns, fights, and car chases. And then a yellow convertible speeds by, fire up the roof. And then he speeds up immediately and stops this yellow convertible. And they walk up to it, and at the yellow convertible, the driver's like this older guy who I'm pretty sure his hair is dyed brown. That's what it looks like, because he's definitely older, and a younger blonde woman in the passenger seat.
I've seen this guy.
Yeah,
It's on the Comedy Store.
exactly. Yeah. No, this
buy
guy
booze.
exists. This guy exists, and he buys the fancier thing.
Goddamn right.
Yeah. Was I going a tad fast, officer? And he hands him the license. Yes, you were, Mr. Blower. And then he takes out a notepad and he starts writing down everything the driver says. He says, well, you see, we're staging an homage to William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and we're a little late for the dress rehearsal. I'm playing the eponymous hero, you see. Romeo, not Juliet. And then the woman goes, she does an annoying laugh. But British. What are you writing? Everything you're saying. Might need to use it later. And he starts getting frustrated. He goes, well, I'm a respected solicitor, so there's no need to just stop writing, will you? Allowed me to explain why I might have been exceeding the speed limit. And then he reads it back. He goes, you're performing an homage to William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and you're running late to the dress rehearsal. And the driver, he goes, this is preposterous. Preposterous. Stop writing. Stop writing. And then we cut to him in the car with Danny. And he says to Danny, you see what I did? You hypnotized him. No, I used this. And he holds up the notepad. This is the most important piece of equipment you'll ever own. It saved my skin more times than I can mention. You should use yours more often. And Danny goes, I do use mine. And he shows him a flip book of a cop blowing a guy's brains out and just fucking him up. Okay, so they're at the locker room after work, getting changed. And Danny goes, what are you up to tonight? I have to water my peace lily. I was thinking you might want to do something. What do you have in mind? Hit the pub? I don't think that's a good idea. And then they're leaving, and the cop behind the glass at the entrance, he's like, oh, you two, Mr. Blow has left you tickets to see Romeo and Juliet. And Angel cuts him off, and he says, well, that's nice, but we can't accept gifts from someone we've officially rebuked, so, and he tears up the tickets. And then the inspector immediately pops out, and he goes, Nicholas, glad I caught you. Wondered if you wouldn't mind representing us at the Amdrams tonight. Got free tickets, and he holds up the Romeo and Juliet tickets.
Yo.
So, cut to the play. Him and Danny are both watching it, and Blower, the old guy, he's Romeo, and it's the end of it, and he's on a bed, and he goes, a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Here's to my love. And he takes the vial of poison, drinks, falls over dead. He's doing a bad job.
Yeah.
And then
That
Juliet,
play's stupid. I can't believe these two kids killed themselves.
love.
Yeah.
This version of it is definitely dumb. The blonde from the passenger seat wakes up as Juliet, and she's got like costume angel wings on.
Okay.
For some reason, and then she looks down at him. She goes, "Poison, I'll kiss thy lips. Haply some poison doth yet hang on them." And then she goes to kiss him, and even though he's dead, he like kisses her back, and then they start kissing for too long. And then there's like a da 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 da, and they like perform a closing song. And okay, so we cut to like the Playhouse bar afterward. Everybody's drinking after the play, and the journalist goes up to Angel, who's serious. He goes, "Sergeant Angel, hi, quick word for the Sanford Citizen." And Angel goes, "It was very enjoyable. Cop enjoys watching young lovers. I don't think so. Local Bobby gives thumbs up to teen suicide." And then Skinner, with the evil mustache, he puts his hand down on the journalist's shoulder. And he goes, "You will try to get his name right this time, won't you, Timothy?" And the journalist takes off. "Absolute tosh, wasn't it?" He's talking about the play. Annoyingly, the understudies are actually professional actors. Greg over there was an extra in Straw Dogs, and Sherry portrayed a cadaver in Prime Suspect. He points at some couple who waves hello. And then Blower, the Romeo, walks up. He goes, Sergeant Angel, you came. So thrilled you accepted my invitation. Well, our inspector requested we attend, and Danny cuts and he goes, yeah, we can't accept gifts from someone we've officially rebuked, so... And he does, the British fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Angel's embarrassed, and he goes, well, anyway, congratulations to you and Mrs. Blower, and he points at him and the blonde. And then the blonde, she goes, and Blower goes, oh, this is not my wife. This is Mrs. Draper, my leading lady. And Skinner cuts in, points at Draper, the lady, the blonde lady, and goes, Eve here works in the local council, Sergeant. Quite the lady in the know. I'm sure if we bashed her head in, all sorts of secrets would come tumbling out.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
And then the lady, she goes,
yo, this dude's terrifying.
And then the fridge magnate guy from the security camera,
Yep.
who we pointed out earlier, walks up and he talks to the stars of the play, Blower and Eve, and they go off. And Danny and Angel are just talking. And Danny says to Angel, Eve's nice, ain't she? She certainly has a distinctive laugh. She was in my class. Always had a thing for her. She clearly has a thing for older men. What makes you say that? Well, we just sat through 3 hours of so-called acting, and that kiss was the only convincing moment in it. Well, I think you might be right about him being her being into older men. Why is that? She fingered Danny Scott's brother, and I fucked the joke up. Yeah, I didn't write it and tried to riff it. She got fingered by an older brother or somebody. Okay. Well, check out Hot Fuzz if you want to get that joke. To the listeners. All right, so cut to Danny and Angel are leaving the playhouse, and Blower is waving goodbye to him, and he goes, apologies for earlier, gentlemen. And Angel looks back at him and goes, good night, Mr. Blower. Drive safe. And then him and Danny go back to walking off, and Danny goes, oh, drive safe. That's the bloke we done earlier for speeding. And Angel goes, yeah, hopefully that's the last we'll see of him. And then they're walking, and they don't notice there's like a figure in like a totally covered in a black cloak in the shadows holding an axe.
Okay.
Cut to Blower's in his dressing room. He opens champagne. There's a knock at the door. Who is it? He opens the door. It's Eve, the blonde lady. And we haven't got long. And then they start kissing. And then suddenly there's a much heavier knock at the door. Who is it? He opens the door, and it's the figure in the black cloak, and it starts chopping at his head with the axe. And after like 3 swings, like his head flies off. Eve screams.
Holy shit.
Okay. Cut to...
Well, that turned up a little bit.
Yeah. Some stuff happens.
Okay.
We cut to, it's the morning. Angel's asleep in his bed, answers his phone in the hotel room. Yeah? Decaffeinated. And then cut to a shot of Blower and Eve's heads on the road.
Oh, my God.
And, they're on the road outside of town, and their heads are there. And we see there's a bend in the Welcome to Sanford sign, and the yellow convertible is crashed off in some bushes with their headless bodies on it.
Damn.
Yeah. And the comb-over cop's looking at the scene, and he goes, well, most likely lost control, left the road there, and then ended up here. So, what do we reckon? Sergeant Angel? Well, we should get a proper cordon off, screen the remains from public view, close down the road until the ambulance crew arrives, whereupon we should open a single lane of traffic and ease congestion. Very good. What he said. Then there's a montage of all that shit happening. And they're directing traffic as people go by. The farmer from Neighborhood Watch goes by. What happened, Danny? Traffic accident. Nasty way to go. And Angel stops him. He goes, vocal guidelines state we're now supposed to refer to them as traffic collisions. Okay. And then Skinner drives up in his Jaguar convertible, going, for never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo. And Peg goes, excuse me, Martin and Eve, such a tragedy. Mr. Skinner, do you mind telling me how you know the identity of the persons involved? You know how it is. News travels fast. And then he drives off.
Yo, that guy is a motherfucker, dog.
Neighborhood watch lady, the school teacher lady, bikes up. What happened, Danny? Traffic collision. He turns to Angel. Why can't we say accident again? Accident implies there's nobody to blame.
Oh my goodness.
So we're cut to, they're in the office of the Andes, and Angel's trying to, like, reason with him. And he's going, I'm just saying things aren't always as simple as they look. And the Andy cuts, and he goes, let's wait till the doctor comes back with something before you go jumping the Kalashnikov, Angel. Well, in the meantime, and Angel's trying to convince him, in the meantime, why don't you check out a few of Martin Blower's clients? Martin Blower represents damn near most of the village. Want us to go through the whole phone book? Put a call into, Aaron A. Aronson? Don't be childish. At least consider interviewing the widow. Blower was clearly having an affair with Eve Draper. Oh, how do you establish that? And Danny slams his hand down on the table. He goes, because we sat through 3 hours of so-called acting, and their kiss was the only believable thing in it.
Ooh, he's becoming a cop.
Yeah. And then Andy's go, all right, pipe down. What else you got? Skid marks. They both chuckle. Oh, now who's being childish? There were no skid marks at the scene. You mean to tell me Blower lost control of his car for 300 yards and never attempted to press the brakes?
Ooh.
And then the inspector comes in and he's eating ice cream. He goes,
Of course.
and he goes, are you causing trouble? And the Andys both go, yes, they are. And the inspector goes, well, spotted trouble at Elroy Farm. Old Arthur Webley's been clipping hedgerows that don't belong to him. Yes, sir. That's it. Okay, so cut to, they're driving up the road to a farm, and the old gibberish guy is in the back with the dog. And Angel's going, right. No, wait, he doesn't say that yet. Why do we need the dog? And Danny goes, oh, it's not the dog we need. And cut to, it's them and the dog talking to this old farmer who looks more like he's not put together like the neighborhood watch farmer. Looks more like a farmer.
Okay.
And the old farmer, he goes, and then Angel goes, right. And he turns to the old man. He says, what did he say? And then the old man cop goes, he said, and Angel goes, right. And he turns to Danny. He says, what did he say? And Danny goes, he said an edge is an edge. He only chopped it down because it spotted his view. What's Reaper moaning about? And Angel turns back to the farmer. He goes, right. Look, I appreciate your position, Mr. Webley, but you can't go around chopping down other people's hedges without permission. And the farmer goes, I suppose. And then the old cop goes, I suppose. And Danny goes, I suppose. And Angel goes, yes, thank you. And he looks at his gun. He goes, Mr. Webley, he's been holding the gun this whole time, I trust you have a license for that firearm. And old farmer goes, this is this one. And then the old cop goes, this is this one. And then Danny goes, he does for this one. And then Angel goes, what do you mean this one? And cut to just a shot of them entering a farm, and the farmer turns on the lights, and just shots and shots of guns and, like, you know, chains of bullets, and just like an action movie's worth, like the Matrix when they have to get all the guns almost.
Yeah,
you know?
I like that scene.
And there's like a giant sea mine in the middle, you know, like a mine.
Yeah.
In the middle of the place. And Danny looks at it all. He goes, by the kingdom of Grayskull. And Angel's looking over and he goes, Mr. Webley, where on earth did you get these? And the farmer goes, And Danny goes, found them. Well, Mr. Webley, this is an extremely dangerous collection. It's a wonder nobody's been hurt before. And Webley goes, no, it's just a bunch of junk. We, for some reason, understand that part. And he hits the mine with the butt of his gun, and it starts ticking. And cut to outside the barn. Danny yells, "Move, move, move!" And they all run outside the barn, like an action movie.
Yeah.
Everyone's running. Danny and Angel jump over some bushes. Time passes. They look back. Nothing happens. All right. Cut to the station. They haul all this stuff into the evidence room. The guns. They just fill the evidence room with guns and put the sea mine down right in the middle of it. Okay, cut to, they're changing the locker room again, done with work. Angel goes, "Quite a haul today, Constable Butterman." Danny goes, "Well, maybe we should do something to celebrate. What'd you have in mind?" "I don't know, pub?" So cut to, they're drinking at the pub. Angel's writing down stuff in his police journal. And Danny goes, "Man, you never stop working, do you? What made you want to be a policeman? Officer. What made you want to be a policeman, officer?" And Angel goes, "Well, other than the one summer where I wanted to be Kermit the Frog, I've always wanted to be a police officer. It all started with my uncle Deric."
That's me.
But he spells it differently according to the
Oh, it's not
subtitles. Yeah. It's British. "He was a policeman in the Met. He gave me a police pedal car when I was young, and I went around arresting kids twice my size for littering and spitting. I got beaten up a lot when I was young, but I wanted to be like Uncle Deric." And Danny goes, "Sounds like a good bloke. Actually, he was arrested for selling drugs to students. What a cunt." "Probably bought the pedal car with the proceeds, so I just let it rust. But I never forgot the clear sense of right and wrong that I felt at the wheel of that pedal car. I had to prove to myself that the law could be for the good of humankind. What made you want to be a police officer?" Danny goes, "I don't know. Dad does it. Made sense after Mom died in a traffic collision." Angel goes, "I'm sorry." And Danny goes, "It's all right. Hey, watch this." And he takes a fork and he stabs himself in the eye, and a bunch of blood flies out, and Angel goes, "Oh my God!" And then Danny goes, "Ta-da!" and reveals it's the old ketchup packet fork trick. So it's not he didn't actually stab himself in the eye.
Oh my God.
It's a little prank. And they have a laugh.
Oh my fucking God, dude.
And they go back to drinking. They're bonding. And then Angel runs into Skinner and the fridge magnate, who was on the security camera at the bar. And the fridge magnate is shit-faced. And Skinner goes, "Evening, officer. We were just discussing the accident." And the magnate goes, "I'd come to know Martin Eve very well of late." And Skinner goes, "What say we drink to their demise?" "Shouldn't that be drink to their memories?" "Of course." And then the magnate cuts in, and he goes, "I must go to the little boy's room," and he falls off his stool. Mm-hmm. And Skinner gets close to Angel, goes, "Oh, he'll be in bits tomorrow." And then he leaves.
What the fuck, dude?
And Angel, he's watching as Skinner leaves, and he goes to lean on the bar, and he trips, and he spills some beer. And the inspector walks up to him, and he goes, "Oh, I think somebody needs to go home." He goes, "No, I'm not that drunk, sir." "Not you, him." And he points at the fridge magnate, who's like pissing on like a pinball machine.
Yeah.
And we cut to Danny and Angel, and they're carrying the magnate, the fridge magnate, up to this huge mansion, okay? Carrying him up to the front of this gigantic mansion. And Angel goes, "Good grief, it's hardly in keeping with the village's rustic aesthetic." And they drop the magnate off, and he falls in. He just falls into the mansion, and they leave. Angel goes, "Oh, I wouldn't want to be him in the morning." And again, they pass the black cloak guy, lady.
In an axe? With the axe?
No, now they have a club.
Ooh.
Yeah. And they walk back to Danny's place. And the fridge magnate, he's in the bathroom with a beer. He turns around, sees, or he looks up, sees the cloak figure in the mirror, and they knock him out with the club.
Oh,
right?
damn.
Then we cut to, it's like a cool cut. Right when he knocks him out, Angel sits down on Danny's couch. It's like a cool cut. Yeah. There's a lot of those. And Danny's talking to Angel about how he's a good cop and everything, and Angel goes, yeah, my problem is I just don't know how to switch off. And Danny goes, "I can show you." And Danny walks these two doors and opens up this giant closet full of nothing but DVDs. And Angel goes, "By the power of Grayskull." And Danny holds up Point Break and Bad Boys 2. And he goes, "Point Break or Bad Boys 2? Which one do you think I'll prefer?" "No, I mean, which one do you want to watch first?" "You are pulling my leg." And then we cut to the cloak person dragging the dude, the magnate by the leg, tying him to a chair, turning on the stove, just the gas, and putting beans and bacon down on a pan. And then we cut to Angel and Danny watching Keanu Reeves looking at Swayze in a mask.
Yeah.
And he's going, and Danny holds up his remote and does the same thing and using like he's so into it. And then we cut to the cloak figure lighting a candle in the mansion. We cut to Bad Boys 2 being put into the DVD player, and Danny goes, "Shit's about to go off." And then the mansion explodes, and and the magnate's body flies out.
Damn.
And cut to morning, and Angel and Danny are asleep on the couch, leaning on each other. And on the TV, it's that shot from Bad Boys 2 that's just, I do know this, where it's just very Michael Bay, where it's just like spinning around.
And
Will Smith and,
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
And Martin Lawrence. And
Lawrence the phone.
Exactly. That's
Great
exactly
shot.
right. That's exactly right.
That's a great shot.
And he goes, "Shit just got real."
It did. That was when shit got real in Bad Boys 2. Because, it's all fun and games, but, at a certain point, shit gets real.
Yeah. As does in this.
Mm-hmm.
And we cut to the outside the mansion, and the neighborhood watch doctor is looking at the charred corpse, and he goes, "I told him several times you shouldn't eat late at night." And the cops are like chuckling at the jokes. Spent his whole life selling fridges and killed by the oven. Like all that shit. Yeah, it's
Great.
all.
Well, that's good. That's funny.
And then the comb-over cops goes, "So, what do we reckon? Angel, help me." And then Angel goes, "We get a proper cordon up, we let the fire crew finish the stuff, and then we get forensics in to do a thorough sweep of the house." "All right," what he said. And the journalist comes up to Angel with a tape recorder. "Sergeant Angel, hi, quick word. We'll be issuing a statement about the incident soon." Oh, wait, fuck. And then Angel goes, "We'll be issuing a statement about the incident soon, Mr. Messenger." And the journalist goes, "Actually, I just wanted to ask, what's your perfect Sunday?" And then the comb-over cop comes in and he says, "I'll deal with the press, Sergeant. Now, my perfect Sunday starts with a nice line."
My perfect Sunday.
And then, once again, Skinner drives by and waves. And the Andes, they're just making jokes back and forth about the explosion and the dead guy. And Angel finally gets pissed. He goes, "Why is this so funny to you? 3 people have died in the last week." "So what? Accidents happen. The victims all knew each other. Everyone knows each other around here. If you didn't see anything suspicious, then who did?" And Andes are really now they're accusing him.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense.
Yeah. And then he's the last one to have seen him.
Yeah.
Then we cut to that security camera room at the station.
Yeah.
And the liaison's going, "Well, you can see," he's pointed at the image, "the cameras just capture the very edge of the explosion. It's just a shot of the gate outside the mansion. I did see one thing of interest, though." "Really? What's that?" "Sanford's Most Wanted." And he cuts to a shot of the swan outside the mansion gate. And the Andy goes, "See, it was the swan all along."
I do believe that. I do believe that this swan is up to some fucking shit, dog.
And then we cut to Angel. He's working at the fundraiser for the church roof outside the church. And it's this old cathedral, concrete tower. He drives by it earlier.
Okay.
But, yeah. And Skinner, he's trying to sell this game called Splat the Rat. And he's holding a club and he keeps putting it into his hand, and at the same time he's watching the journalist talking to the flower lady who was at the neighborhood watch meeting. And then Danny comes up to Angel and he goes, "I've got something to show you." And he takes him to this one of those booths, with like a pellet gun and the things you shoot.
Yeah.
And the doctor from Neighborhood Watch is running it. And Angel goes, "This is a rifle range." And Danny goes, "You'll be really good at it." And the doctor goes, "Feeling lucky, Sergeant. 3 cans wins you the squeaky bunny. 5 cans gets you the floppy lion. And take out all the little people," and he points to, like, these tiny metal targets, "and you get to waltz off with the cuddly monkey." "I thought I made it clear to you how I feel about firearms." And Danny goes, "It's only an air rifle." And Angel shrugs, and he slowly kind of picks up the rifle, and he, like, feels the weight of it, like like a gun psychic or something.
Yeah.
And he opens it up to load it, and then, boom, he cuts a bang, 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 bang. He knocks down all the 6 little guys. And then he goes, "Oh, that was amazing." And then he accidentally shoots the doctor in the foot. And then we cut to the doctor being wheeled away by an ambulance, and Danny's holding the cuddly monkey. And he goes, "God, I can't believe I shot someone." And Angel goes, "He's a doctor. He'll get over it." And then the journalist runs up to Angel. He goes, "Sergeant Angel, hi. I need to talk to you alone about George Merchant, the magnate, at the churchyard at 3 o'clock. And then there's an announcement from the stage from the priest, the preacher. And he goes, "Sergeant Angel to the main stage, please. Sergeant Angel to the main stage. Here to announce the raffle winners as the newest addition to Sanford Police Force." And Angel goes, "Service. Sergeant Nicholas Angel." And Angel, he's there with the raffle, and he gets handed the first ticket, and he looks at the clock tower, and it's almost 3 o'clock. And then we cut to a shot of the journalist waiting under the tower. And Angel looks at the ticket, and he goes, "First name, Simon Skinner. Simon Skinner." And Skinner's not there, okay? And the lady goes, "He's in the loo." And the priest goes, "Too much of Joyce's lemonade, perhaps." And everyone laughs.
Of course.
And he gets the second name, and he goes, "The second name is Tim Messenger." And we see Tim, the journalist, again, waiting under the tower. And then we see the cloaked figure on top of the church roof, okay? And the right above Tim, and the cloaked figure puts their hands on top of one of the cement pillars, like these sharp, sort of pyramid-shaped triangular pillars. And we cut to the preacher, and he goes, "Tim, your number's up." And then all the crowd laughs again.
That's so, because he's about to die.
And then, it's very British, once again. Okay, and then the clock tower dings 3 o'clock, and the cloak figure pushes the pillar off and starts falling through there fast. And Angel, he looks at the tower, and he can't take it anymore. He jumps off the stage, and he runs through the crowd and makes it to the churchyard just in time to see Tim, who goes, hi, and then the pillar falls right on top of his head and, into him, so it's, neck deep, it's, deep in him, and it's, really bloody. And, the body, stumbles, and there's, blood splurting everywhere, and then he falls over. I don't know if it's him anymore, because his head is, there's no head.
It's him?
It's, really violent.
Oh, my God. God damn, bro, that's a death.
And then the crowd from the raffle all approaches behind Angel, and the inspector comes up with them, and he goes, stand back, there's been a terrible accident." "Accident? Yes, just an accident. Come on, everybody, it's all right, just an accident." And then Angel looks to the roof, and he takes off into the church, goes up the stairs, but it's too late, it's empty. Okay. And then the inspector sees Angel's worried, and he goes, "Nicholas, what is it?" He goes, "Sir, I think all these deaths are linked." And he goes, "Maybe it was the swan." And the inspector has them all start doing their jobs. He takes it seriously.
Yeah.
And cut to Angel and Danny. They're standing in the rain. Danny's holding the monkey. They're in uniform, just keeping people out of the scene. And one of the Andys both approach. Angel goes, "Did you find anything?" He goes, "Yes, I was extremely shocked when I looked at my watch and realized that I should be at the pub." "Well, did you go to his house? Did you read his articles?" "If you want to wade through every copy of the Sanford Bloody Citizen, be my guest." And then Danny says to Angel, "Maybe we should go home." And Angel goes, "What do you mean?" "Well, nothing's going on, is there?" Has anything I've said to you in the last 2 weeks sunk into that thick skull of yours? Yeah. Like what? You said I could be an amazing policeman officer. There's always something going on, Danny, and you won't be an amazing police officer until you understand that. Well, I remembered something else you said and all. You don't know how to switch off, and then he runs off through the rain like a fat guy with the stuffed monkey.
That's cute.
And then Angel returns to his hotel room, and he finds the drenched, cuddly monkey on the bed. And he sits and looks at the paper, and he starts reading. And he remembers when he's said, if you want to read through every copy of the Bloodfoot Sanford citizen, be my guest. And Rink goes back in his head. And he sees an article about the magnate taking up big plans for Sanford. He takes out his notebook and starts writing. And he goes to the library and he starts digging through all the articles. And he reads about merchant investing and trying to build a bypass and all this stuff that Messenger was writing about. And cut to it's morning at the station, and Danny's reading the vocabulary guidelines for the police at his desk. And Angel sits down next to him. Morning, Constable. All right. Thanks for the monkey. Yours, isn't it? I want it for you. Danny, I think I'm onto something, and with a little deliberation, I think we can figure out what links these deaths. We? Yes. Come on, partner, let's go to work. Then the comb-over cop comes in and he goes, oh, Sergeant Angel, someone from London called for you. Tell them I'll call them back. And they take off. And cut to them, they're going back and forth patrolling the main street, talking to each other, doing their jobs, but, breaking it all down. He goes, Tim Messenger, journalist of the Sanford Citizen, yes. Fondness for puns, yes. Terrible speller, absolutely. Nevertheless, had uncovered important information about George Merchant. Self-made millionaire, right. Fancied himself as a property developer. Said he had big plans for Sanford. Was a good friend and client of Martin Blower. Respected solicitor. Yeah. Leading light of the Sanford Drama Society. Bad actor, most certainly. Bad driver, not necessarily. Cheated on his missus with Eve Draper. Blower's leading lady. Right. Distinctive laugh. Worked at Department of Planning and Development, where George Merchant secured permission to build his dubious mansion on Norris Avenue. So, and Danny goes, maybe they were all accidents. And we're back at the station, and Angel goes, no! Well, people have accidents every day. And the inspector comes and he goes, look sharp, there's been reports of a fire in the station. What? And the Angel jumps up, and then the lady cop comes in with the cops behind her, and she's got a birthday cake.
Oh my
and they're
God.
all singing happy birthday to Danny. And Angel goes, you didn't tell me it was your birthday. Well, we were so caught up in the job. And Angel grabs his coat to leave. And Danny goes, where are you going? Personal errand. And Angel speeds off, sirens on, parks at the flower shop. And knocks on the door to the flower shop. And the flower lady comes up. And he goes, hello, Mrs. Tiller. I was wondering, do you have any Japanese peace lilies? Oh, of course. And she unlocks the door. And she's wrapping the lily up, for a gift.
Yeah.
And Angel notices everything must go sign on the door. He goes, you going somewhere, Miss Tiller? Ah, yes, I'm moving away. Why the move, if you don't mind me asking? Well, just between you and I, you know that fella who blew up? Yeah. Well, George Merchant, God rest him, wanted to buy this land, so he sends round his legal fella, Martin Blower, God rest him, and I thought I might take them up on it, as I haven't really got much family around here, save for Cousin Sissy. So I thought I might take them up on the offer and move to Beaufort Abbey. Would you like a card with this? No. Well, it turns out Martin Blower, God rest him, knew where the new bypass road is going because he was knocking off Eve Draper from the council, God rest her, and then that reporter, God rest him, finds out about the route and tells them this land's very valuable. 10 times what George Merchant and Martin Blower, God rest them, offered me. So I decided to sell it myself to some folks from the city that Martin, George, and Eve, God rest a lot of them, had been talking to. Apparently, they want to build a big shopping center or something. Cousin Sissy won't be too happy about that, but as far as I'm concerned, Cousin Sissy can go and fuck. Would you excuse me for just 1 second? Angel cuts her off. And he runs back to his car, and he grabs his notebook, and while he's grabbing his notebook, we pan up, and the cloak figure stabs her in the neck. The flower lady in the neck with her flower shears.
Damn.
Yeah.
He almost had him.
And it's, once again, it's a lot. They stick into her neck, and she's like there's blood flies out of her neck and onto the window. It's a lot. And Angel sees this happening, and he sees the cloak figure, and he goes, "Stop! In the name of the law!" And he throws his nightstick through the glass door, and then he jumps through it. And the cloak figure takes off, and they run through the back of the shop. And when Angel sees the cloak figure again, they're somehow like way ahead of him.
Yeah.
But he keeps chasing. They run through a greenhouse. The cloak figure takes out a buck knife and slashes through the plastic of the greenhouse and goes through it. Angel follows. They cut through another glass greenhouse. And Angel, he does, once again, those acrobatics from before over all these potted plants and stuff. And the cloak figure trips and falls through a big plate glass window of the greenhouse and takes off, but leaves like some blood on like a shard of glass.
Damn.
And the figure keeps running, goes out of sight, turning into a hedge. Nicholas Angel, he catches up, and when he looks through the hedge, once again, the figure's like way ahead. And Angel looks on, just confused, because he's too far now. And then cut to the shop, and they're looking at the lady with the shears in her neck, and the cop with the comb over goes, "You mean to tell me this wasn't an accident?" And at the station, everyone's like making fun of him for saying it's not an accident. And he's like losing his shit, and they're going, "Accidents happen all the time. Yeah, just because somebody got hurt doesn't mean it was murder." And Angel goes, "Am I going completely fucking mad?" And Danny puts a coin in the swear jar. "Thank you, Danny." And Andy comes in and he says, "Maybe you are. After all, you're the one here who's so obsessed with murder." And the inspector comes out of his office and calls Angel in. And he goes, "Nicholas, the people here aren't used to the concepts you're bandying about. You keep using the M word, but there hasn't been a recorded murder in Sanford for 20 years. But, sir, I'm certain. And what's more, I know who did it." And we cut to the grocery store, and all the cops are finally walking into Skinner's office. And Skinner's there with his like feet on the desk. And Angel goes, "Simon Skinner, I'm arresting you under suspicion of the murders of Leslie Tiller." And Skinner goes, "Leslie's dead? How?" And the comb-over cop goes, "She tripped and fell on her own shears." Angel goes, "I'm also arresting you under suspicion of the murders of Tim Messenger, George Merchant, Martin Blower, and Eve Draper." "Well, why on earth would I do that, Sergeant?" "I'm glad you asked. My suspicions were first aroused when you arrived at the scene of the Blower-Draper death on the outskirts of Sanford, despite the fact you live in the center of the village." And it's all a montage of the stuff happening.
For sure. I'm seeing it.
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's really beautiful. "I recalled at the theater on the previous evening when you not only indicated of your awareness of the couple's affair, but also inferred that Eve's connections at the council might make her privy to important information, even speaking of bashing her head in, perhaps hoping you might discover the route of the proposed Sanford bypass. You were already suspicious George Merchant was buying up large plots of land on the outskirts of Sanford after an article Tim Messenger wrote. If the land Merchant was buying became accessible by road, it would be a prime location for, say, a retail park. Consumed with your business and disloyalty from customers, you yourself expressed a wish to behead. You killed the competition in cold blood, staging the murders as accidents. You used a tow truck to stage the Blower-Draper death with your 2 employees who operate the vehicle service for the council." And he points to the 2 ugly brothers who work at the deli counter. "However, there was a loose end. Tim Messenger, splattered before he could share with me what he told Leslie Tiller that afternoon, the true value of her land. Learning she was going to sell up to developers, you murdered her with her own shears and made an escape using your impressive skills," and he holds up a trophy, "as a fun runner."
Yo.
And then Skinner, of course, slowly claps, that thing.
Mm-hmm.
"Very entertaining. But I rather think you've been watching too many films." And Danny steps forward and he goes, he hasn't." "Well, these accusations are quite meaningless, Sergeant, unless you've got hard evidence." "Yes. Perhaps," and then Angel says, "perhaps a wound you sustained on a piece of broken glass this very evening." And he pulls up Skinner's pant leg, and there's nothing there. And he goes, "This very evening," and he pulls up the other. It's that classic Ace Ventura moment, but different a little bit. And
Yeah, different a little bit.
And Skinner goes, Sergeant, this is beginning to get embarrassing. How could I possibly be in several places at once? And Angel, he gives up. Nobody believes him. And he goes about just being a cop, but he's just looking into the distance the whole time. He's not present. And him and Danny are at that store with the no more than one school child sign. And the shop lady goes, no luck catching them killers then. Just the one killer, actually. And Angel, he gets a look on his face at Danny saying that, and he continues hearing the exchange as they both eat ice cream in the car.
Yeah.
And Danny goes, what's the matter, got brain freeze? No, brain wave. Get us back to the station. And Danny takes a bite of all of his ice cream and hits the gas, and he goes, oh!
Yo, so much ice cream and cake, dog.
And we're in the inspector's office. Angel rushes in. It was more than one killer. Oh, it was Skinner a minute ago. Listen, Angel, Sergeant Papa had the same problem. You've come from a city where there's danger around every corner, and it's driven you round the bend. Do yourself a favor and sleep on it. And Angel finally accepts, and he decides to walk back to the hotel, and he's looking glum. And he opens the door to his hotel room, and the cloak figure's standing right there. And they grab him, and they throw him into a wall.
Angel?
Angel, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're struggling, and the cloak figure's just tossing him everywhere. And Angel gets the mask off the cloak figure, and it's Lurch, the giant guy from
Lurch.
the supermarket. Yeah. Lurch throws him down and takes out a knife, and he starts swinging it at him. And he gets him on the ground, and he starts coming right for him with the knife. And Angel, he throws the cuddly monkey to Lurch, who catches it and looks at it, and his child brain that was mentioned earlier, it kicks in, and he gets really into the cuddly monkey. And then Angel pops up, and he goes, hey, big one, playtime's over. And he breaks the peace lily on his head.
The peace lily?
Yeah. I know. It's supposed to be a lily of peace. And then Angel hears Skinner on Lurch's walkie-talkie. Michael, are you there? Is everything okay? And Angel picks up the walkie-talkie, and he goes, Yarp. Sergeant Angel's been taken care of. Yarp. He's not going to get back up again. Narp. Good. Proceed to the castle. And Angel leaves a message for the inspector, letting him know what's going on. And he lets him know he's going to the castle. And as he's leaving, he runs into Danny at the door. And Danny sees all that's happening, and he explains to Danny, stay here and watch him and call your dad. I'm heading to the castle. And Danny goes, okay, you might need this. Because he explains the situation to him. And then Danny puts his notebook in his shirt pocket.
Danny does?
In Angel's shirt pocket, yeah.
Okay.
Like he'll need the note.
Yeah, because, it's for a crime.
So we cut to the castle. It's night, and Angel peeks around a wall, and there's like a stone circular table, and in black cloaks, all of the neighborhood watch people are sitting there with their walkie-talkies, chanting in Latin, going,
Oh my God. Jeffrey.
yeah.
Oh my, yo, bro. I did not see that coming.
I know, it's one of my favorite twists. Yeah.
I did not see it, but it makes so much sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, this town is on some crazy cult shit. Everybody's been fucking acting crazy.
Yeah. No, it all, and when you it's good for a rewatch too, actually, because of that, because there's just so many, it's all so connected.
Oh, I can't wait to watch
Yeah,
this.
like
This is unbelievable. That was great. That was a great twist. You did not give away anything. I did not see that coming.
And all the neighborhood watch people, they're chanting Bonus Commune Communitatis. Bonus Commune Communitatis, which I looked it up. It means for the greater good of the community.
Greater good of the community.
Yeah. And then the hotel lady says, now, quick announcement before we begin. Janet Barker has decided to call her boys Roger and Martin. The christening's Saturday, and we're all invited. And everyone goes, oh.
Oh, the twins.
Yeah. And the liaison goes, thanks, Joyce. Now you'll all be delighted to hear that the tenacious Sergeant Angel has been taken care of. Joyce will discover the sergeant on the wet floor of the bathroom, having slipped and tragically broken his neck. So, with the eradication of the sergeant, we'll now be able to concentrate on the eradication of our hoodie infestation, after which nothing will stand in our way.
They're going to murder all the teenagers?
I think the hoodies might be, I don't know if they're they're young.
Okay.
But then Angel pops and he goes, I beg to differ, Mr. Weaver. Sergeant Angel, Sanford Police, holds up the badge. I'm arresting you under suspicion of conspiracy to commit murder. And they all just laugh at him. And he goes, you should be ashamed of yourselves, calling yourself a community that cares. But we do care, Nicholas. It's all about the greater good. And they all go in unison, the greater good.
Is Danny's dad there as well?
No.
Okay.
How can this be for the greater good? The greater good. They all repeat it again. And Skinner goes, see, much as I enjoyed your wild theories, Sergeant, the real answer is far less complex. Blower's fate was simply the result of his being an appalling actor. And they all go, appalling.
Oh, I like this town, though. I kind of respect that. I respect that they're like, yo, if you're going to get up there and make us watch your play, we'll murder you.
And he goes, you murdered him for that? He murdered Bill Shakespeare. The Dramatic Society is an important feather in our cap here. We couldn't let Blower jeopardize that when we had two semi-professionals waiting in the wings. Greg was an extra in Straw Dogs, and Shelley portrayed a cadaver in Prime Suspect. And he points at the couple from before in cloaks. And Angel goes, yes, I know.
Yo, wait a minute, though, bro. So this is really just about them not getting the... Oh, my God.
Martin was less concerned with the village's reputation than his sordid affair with Eve Draper. So Eve deserved to die, too. Well, she did have a very annoying laugh, and they all go, annoying.
Yo, this sounds petty.
And George Merchant, he had an awful house. Awful, though. We begged him in vain to make his residence more in keeping with the village's rustic aesthetic, but he just wouldn't.
Oh, my God.
And what about Tim Messenger? What was his crime? His tenure as editor of the Sanford Citizen's been unbearable. Our once great papers become riddled with tabloid journalism, not to mention persistent typos and errors. He reported her age is 55, when actually I'm 53. 53, she's 53.
Yo, he did get his name wrong, too. Oh, bro. Oh, this is all so great. This is fucking really good.
What about Leslie Tiller? And then Skinner goes, Cousin Leslie was a terrible shame, but it seemed she was set on moving away. We couldn't have her sharing her horticultural expertise helping anybody else, not least those heathens at Beaufort Abbey. And Angel goes, how can this be for the greater good? The greater good. Shut it! These people died for no reason whatsoever. I wouldn't say that. And then Inspector Frank Butterman walks out. Nicholas, I was like you once. I believed in the law. What? Until the night Mrs. Butterman was taken from me. Nobody loved Sanford more than her. When they started the Village of the Year contest, she worked round the clock. On the eve of the adjudicator's arrival, some travelers moved into Callahan Park. Before you could say gypsy scum, we were knee-deep in dog-muck thieving kids and crusty jugglers.
Oh, the jugglers.
Crusty jugglers. The crowd, they repeat. We lost the title and Irene lost her mind. Drove her Datsun Cherry into Sanford Gorge. From that moment on, I swore I would do her proud, and whatever the cost, we would make Sanford great again. Angel goes, Sir, this doesn't make any sense. The adjudicators arrive tomorrow. We have to get everything ready. Are you saying to me this is all about winning the Best Village Award? This is the best village, Nicholas. No, you're all going to have to come with me. No, Nicholas. It's you who's going to have to come with us. And they all whip out weapons.
All the guns?
No, like scarier things, like knives and like pitchforks and like axes
fuck.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like things people in cloaks would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Angel backs up, and then at each side of him, Danny pops up at one side and Lurch at the other, Lurch holding a knife. He goes, Danny, no! And he takes Lurch's knife from him, and he holds it to Danny's throat. He says to the crowd, back off, or you'll have to explain how Danny cut his own head off. You haven't got it in you, Nicholas. And Nicholas, he hesitates for a while, and he can't do it, and he runs. And they start chasing him around the castle, around corners and everything. Around outside, and he's running through a field by the wall, and he falls through the floor, and he's in like an underground tunnel.
Wait, Danny was bad too?
Yes. Or no.
I'm heartbroken right now. Keep going, bro. I'm just like, I'm catching, oh my God.
And he's in these tunnels, and he sees dead bodies like all over the place. He sees like very decomposed like gypsies and jugglers and dogs, like were just mentioned.
Oh, these motherfuckers are serial killers.
And yeah, they're not great. And he keeps going around, and he sees the drunk kids who he arrested dead, and he sees the old man whose guns they confiscated, and the tracksuit guy with like a rat gnawing on his head, and then he sees a corpse with a great big bushy beard, and it plays back in his head, a great big bushy beard.
Oh my God.
And then this is the best though. We see the living statue, but he's like this.
Wait, from when they killed him?
Yeah, instead of happy with his hands like that, he's like,
they killed him?
Yeah. So, and then we cut to he runs out of the tunnels, and the cloaks they're closer to him. And he's cornered, and then Danny comes up to him, and he stabs him in the chest, and he falls down. And we cut to the outside of the town. Danny stops his car. He opens the trunk and sees Angel, and then he holds up a ketchup packet, and he goes, ta-da! So he stabbed him right where the notebook was. And did the little ketchup trick,
He put ketchup in the notebook?
I don't know how he did it exactly. I'm
No,
not,
this is like
I'm not a
pure magic.
magician. Yeah.
Wait, so he pretended to stab him like he killed him.
He did. Yeah, he stabbed him where the notebook was. Yeah.
And so everybody else believed that he stabbed him.
Yeah.
And then he puts him in the trunk of a car
Yeah.
and drives away.
Yeah.
And then he's like, ta-da.
Ta-da. Yeah. And Angel goes, "This is murder." "No, it's ketchup."
Yeah.
"No, I'm talking to you about the others." "What others?" "The others the neighborhood watch is murdered." "That's not true. Dad said it was his special club. I thought it was about rapping people on the knuckles."
What?
"There's skeletons back there, Danny. It's Frank. He's appointed himself judge, jury, and executioner." "He's not judge, jury, and executioner." "You've got to help me take him down, Danny." "I can't. He's my dad." So he didn't quite get what Danny's dumb.
Yeah.
Danny says, "Take my car, go back to London. Don't bother coming back. They'll make it disappear. Who are they going to believe, my dad or a loony London police officer? But we can do it together, Danny, as partners." "Forget it, Nicholas. It's Sanford." And Angel takes his keys, and he starts driving back towards London. And he's running low on gas, and he stops at a gas station, and he puts his money down on the counter, and the teenage attendant, he's like, "That everything, sir?" And Angel's staring at these action DVDs behind him on like a display case, and he's just thinking, "Sir, is there anything else I can do for you?" And he's looking, and he sees Point Break next to Bad Boys 2. And he says, "No, this is something I have to do myself." And we cut to a shot. He grabs spray paint, grabs sunglasses, puts the money down. And we cut to, it's a beautiful morning on the edge of Sanford at Mr. Reaper, the neighborhood wash farmer's farm. And he looks around and he goes, "Another beautiful day in God's country." And he turns and he sees Angel in Danny's car wearing sunglasses, revving the engine up. And the farmer, he runs for the radio in the car, and he grabs it, and Angel floors it and rams into the car so that it breaks the wire that's on the radio off, and the car flies away. And the farmer looks around, and he goes, "Mom!" And Angel comes up and knocks out the farmer. And then there's a shotgun blast that blows like the side of a sign out right behind Angel. And he turns, and he sees the farmer's mom with a double-barrel shotgun. And Angel runs at her as she's reloading, and he jumps and he just does a flying sidekick into the old lady's face.
Like hard?
Yeah.
Fuck
he
yeah.
kicks the shit out of this old lady. And then we cut to the farmer and the mom. They're tied up on a fence post in front of this horse pasture. And the farmer goes, "What are you going to do? Walk in and arrest the whole village?" "Not exactly." And we cut to the station, and Angel walks in, he grabs his uniform and like a bunch of the weapons they confiscated from the farmer, and he gears up, puts a toothpick in his mouth, and he rides into town down the main street on a horse. And he stops at the Hoodie Kids, and he's like, "I want to do something useful." And they go, "Yeah." And he gives them the spray paint, and they go and they spray paint all the security cameras
Oh, shit,
that the
okay.
neighborhood watch uses, yeah. And he moves further down Main Street, and suddenly all the neighborhood watch people, they all see him. They all start spotting him, and they're freaking out, you know. They're, like, stunned. And Danny, he's sitting there in his car, parked, watching this all happen. And Angel gets off his horse, and he's got, like, 2 shotguns strapped to his back and, like, bullets. Like, it's like a cowboy movie, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, 4 pistols. Like, he's got a lot of guns. And he pats the horse on the ass. It runs off. And there's like a long standoff. And finally he spits out his toothpick and he goes, "Morning." And Mr. Treacher, the guy with the big coat and the scowl, pulls open his big coat and takes out a shotgun and starts just blasting at him. Angel, he jumps for cover behind the fountain, and pieces of it are flying off. And then the doctor from the neighborhood watch, he takes out a shotgun and starts shooting at him too. The shop lady from the No More Than One School Child, she busts out the window of the upstairs area of the shop and starts firing at him with a sniper rifle, getting really close. And then Angel, he looks to the Hoodie Kids and he signals them, and then they all run into the shop all at once, and the entrance bell goes off a bunch of times, and for some reason, I don't entirely understand this gag, but the lady goes down.
Oh, yeah. Because
The shop lady goes...
Only one kid at once, fool.
Yeah, it destroys her.
Damn.
Then Angel, he shoots a truck tire behind Treacher with the big coat, and the truck sinks down, and a keg falls out and rolls over Mr. Treacher. Okay, knocks him out. Then the school teacher with the bicycle, she starts biking towards him, firing 2 pistols.
That's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then Danny, he sees this happening, and he opens his car door, and the lady bikes into it and flips over and is knocked out. And Danny goes up to Angel, and Angel tosses him a shotgun. He goes, "That's what I'm talking about." And the 2 semi-professional actors, they start shooting at him from behind these pillars with revolvers. And Angel, he runs back and forth looking for a clear shot with his shotgun, shoots one in the shoulder, shoots the other, takes them both down.
Jesus.
And then we hear, "Fascist!" And the old lady from the hotel starts shooting at him with like an old like World War II machine gun or something. And Angel jumps out of the way, and he shoots a hanging pot above her head, and it falls down, knocks her out, and he goes, "Hag."
Yeah,
Callback. Yeah. It's all callbacks. And then the priest comes in, and he says, "Please stop this mindless violence. Sergeant Angel, surely you're a man of peace." He says, "I am, Father, but I know right and wrong." And the priest goes, "Oh, fuck off." And he whips out 2 pistols and shoots Angel in the vest. And Danny goes, "No!" And he shoots the priest with the shotgun. And the priest goes, "Oh, Jesus Christ." Because, you know, he's a hypocrite. Which he may have been beforehand with the whole murdering.
Oh, my God. Well, he was part of it.
Now he's also said the Lord's name in vain. Although I don't know if that's actually what that means, that commandment.
You're really in the climax here, Bert.
Sorry. Danny, he's checking on Angel. He goes, "Oh, I thought you were a goner." And the doctor walks out, and he's got them both kind of vulnerable, you know, and he's got a shotgun aimed at both of them. And he says, "Drop him." And Danny, he takes his shotgun, and he throws it, and it lands and goes off and shoots the doctor's toes off.
Damn.
And then we get that same Michael Bay like spinning Bad Boys shot of both of them. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's cool. I bet that was so fucking cool to
it's
shoot.
a great callback. Yeah, absolutely. That looks fun. And he goes, "You're a doctor. Deal with it." Danny, let's roll. What you thinking? And Danny puts on the sunglasses. Pub. And they throw like a brick through the pub window, and the two bartenders start unloading with shotguns on just nothing, where the brick landed. And the two bartenders look and wait for something to happen, and then Danny and Angel both jump in at the same time, firing 2 pistols while they fly through the air.
He asked him about that earlier.
Yeah. And the bartenders duck, and Angel and Danny hide behind a knocked over table, and they trade shots with the bartenders going back and forth. You know, poof, 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 empty the clip. Bartenders poof, poof, with the shotguns.
Yeah.
Angel, he notices a bear trap right above that's hanging above him, and he shoots it, which is a weird decoration when you think about it. But anyway, it comes down and it catches the male bartender around the neck, and Mary goes, "Roy, somebody call the police!" And right then, the inspector and all the other cops run in and point guns at Angel and Danny, and go, "Freeze! Officers, arrest these men!" "No, please, listen," Angel says. And Frank goes, "This is insane." And Danny says, "No, it isn't, Dad." And Angel, he's trying to convince them all, and he says, "For the last 20 years, this village has been controlled by Frank and the Neighborhood Watch Alliance. You've all been brainwashed. They've lulled everyone into thinking this is a perfect village and killed anyone who's threatened to change that." He gives, a whole speech. And then the old man goes, "Oh, yeah, that's not there." And Danny says, he reckons you got something there." And the inspector goes, "You're not seriously going to believe this man, are you? He isn't even from round here." And Andy says, "Maybe it's time to give it up, sir." And the inspector goes, "You incompetent flatfoots!" And he shoots down a chandelier between them, and he runs away. And then the cops, they all mount up, and they go to Sommerfield's, the grocery store. And they're all outside it. And Danny says, "What are you thinking?" And the comb-over cop goes, "Well, I say we strike now while we've got the element of surprise. The more time we spend waiting, the longer they've got to mobilize. I say we go in through the front entrance, take the place aisle by aisle." And Angel goes, "What he said." And they go into the store, and Angel starts fighting Lurch hand to hand in frozen foods, and he's like hanging by his neck, and Lurch is spinning him around everywhere. And classic big guy, not big guy fight. Yeah. And the other cops, they go and they start having like a standoff, firing at the 2 ugly brothers at the deli counter, who both have just a shitload of like butcher knives, and they're just throwing the butcher knives at him, and they're just going back and forth. Angel, while he's fighting with Lurch slips and he lands in frozen peas, and he's knocked out, and he's like in a freezer unconscious. Angel joins Danny, everybody, and Danny goes, "Where's Lurch?" "He's in the freezer." "Did you say cool off?" "I didn't say anything, actually." There was a bit earlier on that you missed, when I distracted him with the cuddly monkey, and then I said, "Playtime's over," and then I hit him with the peace lily. "Oh, you're off the fucking chain, man!" "What's the situation?" And the Andy goes, 2 blokes and a fuckload of cutlery. What do you reckon?" And then Angel looks at like all the shopping carts pushed together in whatever that area is called. And he goes, "Idea." And cut to, they charge toward the deli counter, yelling, pushing the shopping carts as fast as they can, like a ram, like towards the deli counter. And the brothers see it coming, and they want to throw the knives, but Doris and comb-over cop, lady cop and comb-over cop, fire on him to hold him back. And they ram it into the deli counter, and it knocks both the brothers out. And then they're all calm, but then Tina, from the assistant for Skinner, she starts running at them with a knife, screaming. Doris, the lady cop, she grabs a wet floor sign and knocks out Tina, who slides on the floor. And they go, "Nice one, Doris." "Yeah, nothing like a little bit of girl on girl, huh?" And they all laugh hysterically. So Angel and Danny go out to try and catch Skinner, while the remaining cops stay there, and they shoot at the young grocery store employees who are throwing fruit at them. They see Skinner speed off in a cop car with the inspector, and they get into Danny's car, and they take off after them as the Village of the Year judges look on. And they're not reviewing things well, I don't think. So they chase him through the outskirts of town. We cut back and forth. Skinner is firing a pistol out the window at them. They're firing their guns in the high-speed pursuit back at him. Classic. And then suddenly, in the middle of the road, we see the Swan, and Skinner goes, "Swan!" And Skinner and the inspector, they swerve, and they go over this hill, and they fly through the air, and the car tumbles over the model village, where there's a ginger kid looking at it. And then Angel does the same thing, "Swan!" And Danny stops the car, and they grab the Swan, and then we get a shot of them like back in the chase with the Swan just in the backseat. And we cut to outside the model village, and the inspector's car is upside down, and Skinner runs up and grabs the kid in the model village, and he says, "Stay back or the ginger gets it." And then the kid bites his hand and gets away, and Angel runs, and he kicks Skinner over, and they start fighting in the model village, just trading blows, you know? Like, fighting over the buildings and, like, throwing each other into buildings, and there's probably some sort of symbolism happening. And Skinner catches one of Angel's punches, and he crushes his fist, and he starts punching him in the face over again. And he goes, "Get out of my village!" And then Angel catches the last punch, and he goes, "It's not your village anymore." And he uppercuts him and knocks him out.
I love it.
And then Angel goes up to the ginger kid, and he goes, "You did good, kid. What's your name?" "Aaron A. Aronson." "Sorry?" And then Skinner runs at them with a box cutter to draw, and he goes, "Angel!" And his foot slips on like a miniature Summerfield's truck, and he lands on the miniature church steeple, and it like goes through the bottom of like his mouth and like up through into his mouth. So it's like stuck in his neck and mouth. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. And then Angel yells, "It's over, Danny!" And Danny carries his dad up to them. And then we get a shot, and then we hear, "Ow!" And we see Skinner, and he's still alive, but he's just got this thing stuck in his mouth. He goes, "This really hurts."
Damn. Is his dad alive still, Danny's?
Mm-hmm. Because his dad takes Danny's gun from him and puts it on Danny's head. And he says, "Stay back." And Angel goes, "This whole thing started because you lost someone you loved, Frank. Don't expect me to believe you'd let it end the same way." And Frank goes, "I'll tell you how it's going to end." And he points his pistol at Angel. And then suddenly Danny grabs the pistol from him, and he wrestles it from him, and he falls to the ground. And Frank, the inspector, takes off, and Danny aims the pistol at him, and he shakes, and he goes, "Oh!" And he points his pistol at the air and unloads it because he can't do it.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's perfect. So then the inspector gets in Danny's cop car, and he drives away, right? But then as he's getting away, he looks in the rear view, and he sees the Swan, and it attacks him, and he crashes into a tree.
Fucking Swan
The
was on
Swan,
their side.
yeah, no, the Swan's a hero of this. And we cut to the aftermath, and like everyone's being locked up. The news is there interviewing the comb-over cop, who's like, "Well, my perfect Sunday is." And the London cops are all there, like the sergeant and the inspector and the chief inspector. And they're saying to Angel, "Come back to London. Sanford's hardly a fitting place for such an exceptional officer." And Angel goes, "Well, thing is, I kind of like it here, sir. Besides, we have to do a considerable amount of paperwork." And we cut to like him processing all the neighborhood watch people, like taking their mug shots and getting fingerprints and filling out paperwork and stuff. And it's afterward, and the cops, they're all doing paperwork together, joking around, enjoying themselves. And then the liaison, he walks in with a musket, and he aims it at Angel. He says, "You know what you are? You're a bloody busybody." And he fires, and Danny jumps in front of the shot and yells, "No!" And he takes it right in the chest. And Angel, he thinks fast, and he kicks a wastebasket into the liaison, who falls back into the evidence room, and the sea mine falls and lands on top of his leg, and it starts ticking. And then the station blows up. And the dust clears, and we see the porcupine from the riot room moving around in the wreckage. And Angel runs up to Danny's body, and he goes, Danny, hang on, Danny. Danny, come on. Danny, it's going to be fine. Just hang on, Danny. And cut to 1 year later. And Angel approaches a grave with flowers. And he goes, hope these are okay. And then we hear Danny go, yeah, they're lovely. And he puts the flowers down at his mom's grave.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay. Jesus.
And I know, it almost ends really sad. And we cut to them driving. And we hear over the radio Doris go, Chief, we've had a report of some hippie types messing with the recycling bins at the supermarket. And Angel goes, Sergeant Butterman, Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll. And they put on sunglasses, and Danny goes, bring the noise. And then they burn out, and they, like in Main Street, and turn around, they speed off, and then title card, Hot Fuzz. And that's it. That's then we see a bunch of people's names.
Give me the names.
Simon Pegg, Nicholas Angel,
Who was the key grip?
Adolf Hitler. Different
I'm
one.
assuming,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, there isn't
I don't know
one.
how time works.
Yeah.
Dude, that was fucking good. Holy
Yeah, I'm
shit.
glad you. Yeah.
The
That
ending,
twist is crazy,
the
right?
ending is absolutely
Yeah, it's one of my favorite
insane.
twists. Yeah.
Did not see that coming.
Yeah.
In no way, shape, or form. I couldn't have guessed that in a million years.
Yeah.
Like, even like after you were telling me the movie and like, if you just stopped halfway and be like, Deric, how does this end? I'd have never got there.
Yeah. And then it's a nice, dumb action movie send up. It's a lot of things.
Everything
It's
callback.
horrifying. It's
The-
really scary.
The callback of the dad not killing the Point Break,
yeah.
the setup to the everything. Oh my God, dude. That I can't believe I haven't seen this movie. This movie's fucking so good.
Yeah.
This is a great film.
Yeah. I give it at least 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good. For me, I'd give it like a 9.5 out of 10, but that's me. So, you know what I mean? I guess we just re-rate things differently. But yeah, man, that's crazy. It's really good.
I'm glad. Yeah.
Oh my
no, I love
God.
this movie.
Oh my God, Bern.
Yeah.
That one was,
Thank
it
you
was
for
funny.
letting me say it.
Of course. Thank you for saying. I mean, it takes a lot of work. But it was funny. It was tight. It was action.
Mm-hmm.
And then the twist was brilliant, and there was no wasted fat. I mean, this is so British. It was. I really like that.
Yeah.
God damn. Jeffrey Berner, you're a son of a bitch, man.
Oh, Nancy?
She's really a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's...
Well, Bean Mafia, I hope you enjoyed, Jeffrey. Thanks for doing it, buddy.
Yeah,
Oh
of
my
course.
God, that was crazy. Brian Simpson, you got anything to say on the movie, buddy?
Oh, it was outstanding. It was funny. It was very British. And I was not in the back room eating my food that whole time. I was captivated.
Yep. Yes, he was. He was captivated. He was captivating, and he was a carnivore, and he is a cannibal. He is
All true.
All those things. So, Bean Mafia, we're glad you hung out with us and enjoyed this day with us, and we'll see you soon, you sons of bitches.
Yeah. Assholes.